wild stories you've not heard before. Echoes through the air, they roar. Unleash the beast, let your spirit soar. Fists in the air, the crowds ablaze. Moments that seal the mundane taste. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by DEADPIT Radio. Stuntman Mark and Rambo Rap.
I'd like to take this time just to tell you to eat my ass.
Fists in the air, the crowds ablaze. Moments that steal the mundane taste. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by DEADPIT Radio. Stuntman Mark and Rambo Rap.
Good Friday, everybody. Mark is off on another Jinkum run. I mean, the man, you got to give him this. He is just out for that money. He's out to make those dollar bills all the time, especially on Friday. So, for right now, it's Friday Night Lives with your good pal, Uncle Bill and Rambo Raff. How you doing, man?
Doing good. It's nice to see Mark getting more speakers for his sofas and more sofas for his speakers.
That's right. $6,000 fucking sofa. I like the fact too how much he downplays all that shit too. He's like, oh, it's just $6,000. It's like, buddy, listen, like you pay $6,000 for a sofa, and that was the funniest part about that. We were just talking about, for people that don't know what in the world we're talking about, we were on Discord just talking about people talking about their home speaker setups. And, you know, everybody was saying basically normal stuff like, you know, I got a 5.1 surround sound, or I got like a 7.1 or something like that. And out of nowhere, Mark's like, oh, I got a couch that has the speakers, like a 5.1 speaker system built into it. So that way you can feel the speakers when you're sitting down. What the fuck? Like, who even thinks about that? But Mark thinks about it.
Nah, just maybe think of Last Boy Scout, you know, those $100, $500 pants. Like, do you have does it go with the TV with them?
I mean,
he's definitely Damon Williams.
He's rich, man. Anybody that can spend $6,000 on a couch, not even think about it, he's a well-off man. But he will be joining us a little bit later. He's stuck in his couch because the subwoofer fell on top of him. But he's probably got him hanging from the ceiling too. But for now, we're just gonna this is the worst of the 90s show, so that's what we're eventually going to be getting into, is like the worst films of the 90s, our own 5 picks. But for right now, we're just going to bullshit and like talk to the chat, see what's going on, things like that. We were talking about stuff that we got in recently before the show went on, and you mentioned this one. Yeah.
Finally got this in. I was going to get it sooner, but hey, better late than never. Haven't watched it yet. Huge favorite of mine. I did not do this on purpose. I'm actually wearing the shirt as well of it. I didn't think about that, but it's a personal favorite of mine, so had to get it eventually. Didn't even have the Scream Factory. Glad I didn't, because this way I get the Arrow video, which I trust more anyway, so it's all good. Always a classic cover. Look forward to popping this in and see. I've heard nothing but glowing reviews from Uncle Bill here among others, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, like I freaking probably watched that. I don't even know how many times, 5 or 10 times in a row when I got it. I just forgot, like that is the quintessential 80s action movie, really.
Yeah, it's close to it. I mean, loved it ever since I saw it as a kid. So glad to check out the new transfer and these features and such. So
Yeah. And then I was telling you, CK already got his Nightmare on Elm Street box set in. He got it in today, and he posted a picture of it's the regular edition, standard edition, whatever you want to say. I've got the steelbook one, but not the one that was like $300. Mine was the Amazon one that was like 150 or something like that, 160, somewhere in that area. And mine's supposed to be delivered on Tuesday, from what I can gather by the order status. So he was telling me he already watched part 2, and it looked amazing. He said he couldn't believe like the picture quality improvement on it. And I mean, he would know. He's seen those movies like 8 million times. So I'm curious to look at it myself too. I don't know. Also too, if you saw my video about the new Not Living Dead,
I did.
That is an excellent version, by the way. I mean, I'm not going to say, I'm going to sit here and tell you that it like blew my skirt away, like about it had like a bunch of scenes in it that that weren't in the original or anything like that, because it didn't, honestly. But what it did do was it made every scene gorier, because somehow or another, I don't know, and I was trying to figure out how he did this or how this came about, but Savini must have either filmed multiple versions of certain scenes to make them less gory, or like they somehow took some of that shit out of the theatrical cut. Because like every scene in this movie where somebody gets shot in the head is like a huge Dawn of the Dead style squib shot where blood's like shooting all over the place. And there are several scenes in the movie too that are not in the original, like including one where like there's like a maniac Dawn of the Dead style head explosion. Somebody gets shot with a shotgun. So I don't know. I really liked it.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff. It was on the work print version, so I definitely seen what you're talking about. But I know it's sold out everywhere. It seems like each time something comes up, it gets sold out. Was it ever found out? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it was last night when we did the Pit at Night. It was on one site called Movie Room or something like that. They had
Not anymore. It's sold out.
Oh well, fuck. Okay.
But was it ever confirmed? Did they ever say that was a limited edition?
No. And I asked that specific question on one of those shows, and I don't remember if it was the Felsher show or one, but one of them, and it was like, no, it was never supposed to be a limited edition, I don't think. So it's like, my guess is they'll just start pumping more of them out. Like if they made this much money on it, then I mean, it's Sony, man. They're gonna put more of them out. I wouldn't like worry about it. In other words,
yeah, they definitely underestimated the popularity of that title. It seems like.
Yeah, and you and I also were talking about this too, because I was talking about like some stuff that I had ordered. I ordered a bunch of stuff out of that particular drop of Arrow releases, including In the Mouth of Madness, Outland, Miss 45, and I think there was one other one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
And a lot of that's officially out October, in the middle of October.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll definitely, at least Outland. Maybe In the Mouth of Madness, we'll see. But very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, they did come. Diabolic. I don't know if they were supposed to, but a few days early, they released the features of the Ninja Turtles set. So,
I saw you posted that. Yeah.
Yeah, all three have features, so that's pretty cool.
What were the ones you were most interested in out of those?
Let me double. Well, first of all, I think it's kind of cool that I'm not going to get it, but there's a VHS I had back in the day behind the shelves. I like when they put older stuff like that on there. That way I don't need that VHS anymore.
Yeah.
So that, because they don't always do that. A lot of times with older stuff, they forget about it or they ignore it. But I guess with the first film, the people who did the voices, Robbie Rist, Brian Tochi, which for those that don't know, Robbie Rist voiced Michelangelo. He was also cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch. And Brian, yeah,
I have no idea.
and then Brian Tochi, he was the Asian guy in Police Academy, and he voices Leonardo. So, getting those two, and there's really nothing on those, but just the fact that it exists and just the fact it's not bare bones is exciting. And, I definitely look forward to delving into that when it comes out in December. So we'll see how it goes.
So let's see. Before we go any further into this madness, let's see who's in here real quick. Justin's in here. Matter of Pat, Manny Gatello, Kevin Smith, Dino Machino. Mark, unfortunately, is not here to answer that question. Pred's here. Ronald Roberts, Prince Ikea Tomato, William Driver, Red, Salty Dagger, the Mayor, Jonathan H, Goblins Inc., Old Nubbins, King Slayer, Red. Tape Rock Videos in here. Check them out. They're the ones that did those amazing VHS tapes that we've almost completely sold out of now.
Nice.
Let's see here. Good. Weston Warner's here. Card is in here. I can't believe you mentioned that, man. I can't believe you mentioned that. Yeah, it's in the 90s. Let's see. Have you ever seen Michael Bean's awful later era horror movies like The Victim, The Girl and Killer Weekend? Some of the worst low budget I've ever seen. No, I've actually never seen any of those.
I've only seen one where it was a killer kangaroo.
I'll bet that's something to watch right there.
I gotta remember. Okay, it was called The Red. As boring of a title as it is.
That's great. It's a great, completely nondescript title that didn't tell you anything.
Because I guess it's supposed to be called Rue, but they're like, we'll call it The Red. But yeah, it was like a killer zombie. I don't know, like a killer kangaroo movie, something. That's where his career said. That's why he's doing a podcast.
Jesus Christ.
But Rampage is coming out soon, right?
I know it is. Yeah, Kino's putting it out. It's one I've been looking forward to forever. Definitely one I'll get like as soon as it comes out. Hopefully they send us a screener of it. Yeah. Did you see this? Because I did and thought it was fucking hilarious.
I saw just someone's response, but I didn't see. I saw, I think James Romero, he's a YouTuber. I saw his video. I didn't see what Undertaker said. So what was it?
I'm sure you know by now that like he's been getting a lot of shit on that podcast for having his wife on there now.
Yeah, because she sucks.
Yeah, she's awful, and she just like completely turned that into a shit show. But now it's on WWE. Like WWE picked it up, so I'm sure he doesn't care because he's probably getting paid a fortune. But point being is the show's awful now, mostly because of her, but also it's just a completely different kind of format. But it was her and him, Michelle McCool and Undertaker, responding to where they actually read some of the fan hate emails or whatever that they've been getting from the show, and one of them was talking about her neck and how like fucked up her neck looked. And one of them was like talking about how bad the show was and like how awful it had gotten, since she came on there, and how. The weird thing about it is, though, it's true. When I saw that, the first thing that went through my mind was, anybody else, if somebody had been saying that for, a month or however long that show's been on the air, if you just had constant like feedback like that, you'd think somebody would be like, okay, like I probably need to adjust something or do something here. And he's just like basically saying everybody can just like shut up, or, you know what I mean? Like you can watch it and be entertained by it, or you can shut up. And it's kind of like, doesn't really probably not what you should say to the only like fans left that are watching the show. But he's just insufferable with that fucking wife stuff, man. He got her into the Hall of Fame. She has no business being in the Hall of Fame.
You mean he didn't like his acting when, hey, Stephanie, you're going to the Hall of Fame? You didn't
that was brutal.
Sitting down with a microphone going, hey, Stephanie. You like that?
He's awful now, man. He should have I told you, I've said this before. He should have kept kayfabe forever. He should never come out and done anything like else. You imagine how much more respected he would be now if he would have he just like walked away and nobody heard from him or anything. Like, because now he's just slowly just killing his whole career, basically his whole vibe. But anyway, he got her into the Hall of Fame. Then he got Mickey James kicked off that awful show and got her ass on it. And then he got, what was his name? Matt? Was his name Matt? I think that was his friend's name.
Oh yeah, the former co-host, yeah.
Got him kicked off there and fucking it's like, dude, we understand that your wife is definitely the one controlling all this stuff, but it's really not helping anything.
He was also part of one of those standing, like they were with a hostage negotiation with the announcement of the Saudi Arabia. Like they're standing there as if they got guns on them.
No one looks happy except for like Alexa Bliss. She's the only one that was smiling. Everybody else looks like they just witnessed a murder.
Blink if you need help.
Yeah, that's a whole man. I mean, I hadn't really been watching wrestling in a long time except for paper, but I just don't even care about any of it anymore. They've done so much to just make sure that people that we're thinking about coming back, but we're casual fans, will never come back with that ESPN crap and the money that you have to spend on all this. Now the Saudi Arabia thing, how much it costs to go to these shows, like Triple H, just fuck. Like,
you mean you and Wes aren't going to travel to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania?
Wouldn't that be killer?
On the road to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Fly over to Saudi Arabia. I'd love to do that. That'd be an awesome.
I guarantee you the people that chat would. It writes itself on the road to Saudi Arabia. I wonder if I mean, this is a genuine question. Have they ever met anyone from Kentucky?
I'm sure like people from the Army and stuff are from Kentucky that have been over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think most people from Kentucky just go to Saudi Arabia for vacation or anything. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand fully. I'm not into wrestling anymore either for many of those reasons.
This is a good question. If you had to get rid of an entire decade of horror between the 70s, 80s, or 90s, which one of those decades has to go?
You got to go, Godzilla. Only because I didn't grow with as much as you guys. The 70s, only because when I grew up, the 80s and 90s is what I was used to. That was the only thing around. So that's the stuff that holds the most nostalgia, was those 80s and 90s movies. At least for me.
It's probably the 90s. there's just too much shit I love in the 70s and way too much shit I love in the 80s. I mean, the 90s just had the longest dry spell for horror films, really.
Yeah. Sorry, the stupid cat trying to get in.
I knew that's what it was.
Be right back.
That's fine. Let's see. Undertaker has become the Rob Zombie of wrestling. Yes, that's an incredibly good comparison. Fans used to complain about that guy before Michelle McCool. That's why he quit also. He didn't actually quit, though. He got fired. He fucking I mean, the Undertaker essentially made a deal with WWE without him knowing, and then just told him the show was over, which is a completely Undertaker of this time period thing to do. Mental Wealth for Everyone. That's a good name. Hey guys, just got the basic bitch edition of the Nightmare on Elm Street 7. It's definitely a basic bitch. Do you guys think that Planet CHH got worked by that one guy, the Warner Brothers guy? So there's for people that don't know what this is about. So Planet CHH did a couple of shows with this guy that was calling in that was supposed to be from Warner Brothers, and he was anonymous. He never gave his name or anything. He announced a bunch of different things that were supposed to be on the Nightmare on Elm Street box set that were never put on the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. So the question then became, did this guy really work for Warner Brothers, or was he just some troll or something that got on there and said whatever? I have no idea. I'd like to think that there was some reason that he let him on there. Like he knew somehow or another he was from Warner Brothers. It wasn't just some guy that was like, "Hey, I'm from Warner Brothers. Let me on your show." There had to be something more to it than that. And maybe things just got to the point where they didn't want to put all that effort into it and just put out the real basic bitch special features. I don't know. Yeah, I always like it when Wiley J, when Southern people, different types of Southern people connect. So you've got Eastern Kentucky's its whole own fucking thing. I've never really seen people that talk or behave like we do. That kind of extends from Eastern Kentucky to Western Virginia to Southeastern Tennessee, that area right there. Then you've got people from Tennessee, which are different from Nashville and that kind of southern part. Alabama's a whole different fucking ball game. Alabama, Mississippi, that's a whole other thing. Even where Dirk's from in New Orleans, Louisiana and stuff like that. That's southern, but it's a completely different type of southern, really.
Okay, I was seeing someone in the chat, and I kind of wonder this: the guy they called Christian from Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Was he full of shit?
Well, that's what I was just saying. I don't know. All I know, I was saying I hope that he confirmed it in some way or another, other than just the guy being like, "Hey, I'm from Warner Brothers. Let me on the show." I would like to think there was something that gave him an idea that guy was legit.
Sorry, that was my friend Garth. He fucking called it. Yeah, a lot of stuff he said wasn't really true.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. I guess, like I was saying, it's possible that guy was legit, but they just never did any of that stuff. It's also possible he was completely fucking a troll. I don't know.
I don't know which would be funnier. I think the troll part would be funnier.
So, did you hear this from somebody besides just hearing it on our show, Justin? I mean, I don't know if Christian has addressed it or not, to be honest. While we're waiting on that too, is there a movie from the 80s that annoys the piss? There's a bunch of movies from the 80s that annoys the piss out of me.
80s that annoys you. So it's not just you hate it, but it annoys you.
Yeah. A movie from the 80s that just annoys you to death.
Nuki.
You really got like a death wish against Nuki. I know that.
It's one of the worst. And then when I had to do the commentary again, because someone requested it, I didn't know this information because it was not around when I first talked about on here. That was a movie that was filmed, and then they said it's unreleasable, so they went back and filmed new stuff. That's why the movie doesn't make any sense. And they cut a bunch of stuff out because they said it was too racist.
I've never seen Nuki, but I feel like I need to.
That's up to you. You're not going to understand it.
That's just your way of being like, you probably shouldn't do it.
I mean, you're not going to understand it because it's like they filmed it and they cut a bunch of stuff because the one guy said it was too racist. Then they added a bunch of other stuff in it.
It's like some shit somebody would say someone's getting ready to try drugs for the first time. It's up to you. I mean, it's your life.
Yeah.
You want to fuck it up? Go ahead. We got a super chat here from whatever the hell that is. YWIR.
His name is Phil.
Okay. It says, any mention of Alien 3 yet? Not yet. We're waiting on Mark to get his ass in here.
It's 9:30. Mark, where you at? And you better rank them too.
He's definitely rank them now.
Time.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier. Well, I guess I asked you the other night when you guys did your stream, the whole Gail Kim, the death matches. Because I guess A24 has a documentary on death matches, and it's from the directors who did Talk to Me.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Death matches suck.
They do. They're all awful. They're pretty common now, though. Sadly, it's like if you've seen one of those fucking things, you've seen every one of them. Somebody's going to get hit in the head with a light stick a bunch of times. They're going to get barbed wire thrown on. They're going to fall off something, try to kill themselves. It's just, I don't understand at this point what anybody gets out of that. You've seen that match a million times.
Was there any around when you guys went to wrestling? Like, was there ever around where you saw in an arena?
I mean, no, there was nothing like that around us. The closest thing we ever got to that was ECW, and that even they didn't do that shit at house shows. You know what I mean? Like they just straight up wrestled, and sometimes they might hit somebody with a garbage can or something, or New Jack might hit somebody with. But it wasn't like let's take a bunch of light poles to somebody's head or cut them up with a scaffold or something. You know, that shit's crazy.
Do you ever regret? Like, you see, you went to an ECW, like, not filming it or anything?
Yes, man, because I didn't find out until recently, until like a couple months ago, that the show I was at, that we were at, was the last show that Sabu ever did for ECW. Huh. So I regret like crazy not filming that. There's the last time he ever performed in ECW, and I had no idea. He was the main event of that show. I had they used to like sell the posters of the event with like all the people that were on the matches and stuff, and then a bunch of them would autograph it and shit like that. And I had that, and I took it to Sabu to get him to sign it, and he signed it, and then I was showing it to Wes, and somehow or another Wes looked that up, the date and everything of the show, because it has the date on it, and that was the last show he ever did.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea.
Very cool.
But yeah, I definitely regret not getting any kind of video of that.
Who knows? Maybe someone else had filmed it, because some of those people do film and try to sell home movies. So who knows? If everyone out there, if you ever filmed it, let us know.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love if somebody had a video of that show. That'd be outstanding. Justin Smith says someone left a comment on Christian's video saying the guy's full name and recognized his voice, but it suddenly got deleted. So was it a real guy? Or was it a real Warner Bros. Guy? Or was it just some guy that they knew? I'm curious, man. That's like one of those unsolved mysteries episodes. At this point. Uh-oh, Bulls. Mark's on here. We'll wait for him to get ready because he's not on yet. Here's a question for you, Matt.
Just, I thought the film sucked. I mean,
there's not much more he can say, I guess.
I barely remember the film. I don't remember the movie, but I haven't seen it in like 10 years. Just goofy, silly, stupid.
I haven't seen it in forever. Wasn't Nuki Nelson Mandela's movie?
That'd be news to me.
Says that guy got over on CHH. I work in the industry and no one would talk like that. The so-called Warner Brothers guy would never jeopardize his job over YouTube clout.
What if it's okay to ask, Hopes, how do you work in the industry? I'd be curious to know that. What do you do in the industry? I need a job. Give me the. I'm just curious about what you do. I always thought that was kind of a weird thing. Like, I can't think of another. Is that something you ever heard before? Like a studio guy trying to contact a YouTuber in that fashion?
I don't know how that happened though. Like, no, I've never heard of a studio guy just being like, I want to connect with this YouTube guy, unless it's like a million sub kind of guy or something like that. You know what I mean? But it's not out of the realm of possibility. If you look at like for horror films, Michael Felsher came on our show when he was doing all that shit for all those studios and stuff. So did Don May and like Bill Lustig and all those guys. So it's not like out of the realm of possibility that could happen. It's just it's very odd that somebody that would say all that shit and then none of it come to fruition. What's up, Mark?
So, Mark, how was it working for Warner Brothers? I know you called by CHH. It was you. With your, $8,000 sofas.
I had to quit. They weren't paying me enough.
So. What is your take on that, though, Mark? Do you think that was a work, or do you think that was just something that never happened? Like,
I don't know. It'd have to be, right? Like, that's really weird.
What makes you say it has to be?
Well, I like Christian. He's, pretty reputable, when it comes to sources for stuff. But like, I don't know, like, how did that even come together? Do you guys know, like, the ins and outs of that?
No, I don't know the backstory of it because, to be honest with you, I didn't watch it. But like, I remember the day that show was on because he had posted a bunch of stuff about it. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing about what, was said on the show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember there was another time when he came on or whatever, but like, I don't know this. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the circumstances enough about how did he get this guy on? How did he know he was legitimate? Right. What was the connection that, that brought him to get, I have no idea. So that's why I'm hesitant to say for sure. Yeah, that was fake, or yeah, that was real. I don't have any idea. Like, I don't know. Like I was saying on here, I would like to think that he confirmed somehow or another that the guy worked at Warner Brothers somehow.
Yeah.
Because anybody could just email us and be like, "Hey, I work for Sony. Can I come on the show?" But that doesn't necessarily mean that's true.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know, but I do think there's a difference between like Felsher and Dame Jr. compared with a guy that works for Warner Brothers. Not because they were, this is before they were still when I say lower tier, I don't mean in quality. I just mean in terms of like a big studio that really don't care about people. Like, let's be honest, studios don't care about people and YouTubers. Oh, okay, cool. But I mean, you never know. I mean, how I remember this is completely random, but back in the day, I had a guy who was mad at me because I called him out because he was going to make a movie that was 9/11 with zombies. I called him an idiot. He got pissed at me. And then he never made the film. So I hope I accomplished something with that film never being made by calling him a fucking moron. But
you just sabotaged a future classic, Grandpa. What are you doing?
I doubt it, but I hope so. I hope somehow, some way I did. Fuck that asshole. But yes, how's your $8,000 sofa going?
You never gonna live that down. There's a whole thread of shit about that.
I thought about that like right before. I'm like, well, he's asking about sound equipment and like what we use audio wise for our home movie setup.
Does it come with a TV?
No, it does not come with a TV.
Did you see the comment I made that at this point you're just gonna get Claudio Simonetti to come play the house, play the scores to the movies in front of you?
That would be awesome.
I just
shout out to Movie Junkie John, by the way. He's the one who initially asked the question. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, that was on Discord, and he asked a question about our setups and what we do for audio. And I just figured, like, this is a killer audio setup. I hope more people have it. They should get it. It's worth investing in.
It's like, you're trying to be so like helpful, but I just completely fucking just came out and was like, shut your rich ass up, Mark.
Yeah, I really was. Like, I wasn't. I mean, I'm not a bragger. I just figured like, hey, this is a really cool thing. And he didn't even believe me at first, at least from what he said on the Discord. And until he looked it up, he's like, oh, this is real. I'm like, yeah, man. Like it's a real thing. Spaceship.
Is it German engineering?
No, it is not. It's American made.
Well, I said this, Mark. It's like if I was Bruce Willis, you'd be Damon Wayans. I'd be asking if
the scene in
those pants.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you're here, the fun can begin. You definitely have to rank shit now, Mark, because you're 30 minutes late. You got no choice.
Yeah.
So
you could do it. You did a recline on your $10,000 sofa. You got this, man.
For people that, because we've been bullshitting here for a while, for people that don't know, though, this show is going to now be about our worst films of the 90s. So we each picked at least 5. I picked more, but like just in case we have like double up or something like that. But at least 5 of our worst films of the 90s. Now, I knew going into this, I knew that Rambo was going to pick obscure shit because I just know how he is. So I did not do that. I went the route of this is shit that I mostly saw at the theater that was mainstream kind of stuff that I fucking hated even back then. So, and that still stands out to me as being like, for different reasons, just really, really awful experiences. So that's kind of where I'm going to go with it. Mark, I don't know if you went obscure, if you went mainstream, or how you went with it.
I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 that people might not know, but for the most part, I think people have seen the films or at least know of them. This was a lot harder to do because I don't genuinely go back to shitty stuff. Like if it's something that sucks, like I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to buy it. I don't go back to it. So I tried to put stuff on here that I could at least talk about a little bit, but it's going to be a bit rough for me because I don't have much of a memory of all of it. So we'll see what happens.
I kind of felt the same because like when I was going back and looking at these movies, I was like, I don't remember that much from them because I probably only saw them once or twice. It's not like you go back and purposely seek out horrible ass movies to watch like over and over and over again. But I do remember certain parts of each one of these movies and like the experience itself I can talk about too. It's so weird because as I look at the ones that I picked through, almost all of them I actually saw in the movie theater. The mid to late 90s were my prime, like going to the movies time period. That's when I probably saw the most movies, just because being a teenager, shit like that. So this should be interesting. But who wants to start? How do we rotate this? Do you want me to go and then we go for like?
Yeah, I guess go around.
So it'll be me, then Matt, then you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we do have the same one, I only have 5. Should we just both talk about it?
Yeah, I mean at that point we'll just get into it that way. But I just picked a couple just in case, like so. I kind of figured we'd have to have at least one or two of the same one.
Yeah, I think we will. And chat, feel free to chime in with your worst. That'll be the fun part.
Yeah, now is the time when we start getting into this to where you pick your own worst films of the 90s, however you want to do it, and we'll read some of those out too, because I'm sure we forgot about a lot of them too. I mean, there's tons of bad movies, man. There's tons of bad movies, but I'll go ahead and give you my number 5. I'm going to go from 5 to 1. Okay. So, I saw this movie in the fucking theater and I vividly remember it because I believe I would only been 10 or 11 years old. And it was god awful. And even then at that point, I was like, wow, this movie's really bad. And let me see if I can figure out I didn't look up the dates of these damn movies. Let me make sure I've got the date right on it. Okay, this was 1990. This film came out.
Okay.
And this is Puddin' and the Ghost Dad. Look at it. I'm a ghost dad. I'm dead, but I come back to life to help my children.
And to help women that need help.
Oh my God, man. Do y'all remember this fucking movie? Because I do. Everybody talks about Leonard Part 6 all the time. No, this is the movie to me that like I would watch Leonard Part 6 12 times in a row before I would watch this fucking movie again.
Damn.
So
over the film where he rides an ostrich.
Yes. So he's got like the ballet slippers, whatever. Fucking.
The bird people.
This movie was supposed to be like his last chance because he had so many fucking shitty movies, man. There's a bunch that come before like this too, like not just Leonard Part 6. There's a bunch where he had like supporting roles and starring roles, and they all kind of just flopped. So this is supposed to be the one, because how could this go wrong? It's like a comedy about a family. It's the same shit he was doing basically on the Cosby Show, except he's a ghost dad.
Mm-hmm.
The plot is about as dumb as it possibly can get, and I'll tell you why. It's the story of this guy who never spends time with his kids, of course. He's a businessman. I can't remember what the hell he does. I don't think it's even that important. And instead of it's directed by Sidney Poitier, by the way, which blows my fucking mind to this day.
What the hell was he thinking?
Instead of it just being a simple kind of thing where he is just, I don't know, he gets in a car accident and they show it off screen or something like that. No, he gets in a cab with a guy that's a lunatic that drives him around, and he's in the back like, oh my God, stop the car, stop God, quit pudding. And like he hits the side of a bridge and he's hanging out the side of it, falls into a fucking river, and then he comes back up and he's like, nobody can see him, and he can like pass through objects and stuff like that. Here's where it gets actually worse when he becomes the ghost, because he has to focus on what he's going to say before anybody can hear him in like the real world. He also has to focus on like if he wants to grab something, kind of like Ghost. Remember in Ghost where he had to like seriously like focus to like it's. But in this movie, to talk, he's got to like focus so much that he has to go like, "Can you guys hear what I'm saying?" He talks like that so they can hear. That's supposed to be the joke of the movie, is that he's supposed to talk like that so people can understand what he's saying. What it does, though, is it goes on the entire course of the movie, and it's like one of the most annoying plot devices I've ever seen. And
didn't Ghost come out the same year?
Yeah, 1990.
There's no way that this movie didn't follow Ghost.
It has to be like the ripoff or something.
Yeah.
Like the studio got Ghost, and they're like, "Well, we'll make our own, but we'll make it funny."
And so none of the jokes in this movie are funny. They all center around like Cosby, like making faces, and I guess they thought they could just make a whole movie out of his weird faces and those noises and like all that, and it would be funny, but it's just incredibly annoying. There's some shit in it with a bunny suit where he tells like a story. I remember this of like his dad wore a bunny suit or something, so then he's in a bunny. It's fucking something crazy. But the craziest part about this movie is the ending. So you're going through this whole movie, right? And at the end of it, his daughter gets fucking put in a coma. And so her ass joins him in the ghost world, and they're roaming around this hospital, and you find out that he's not dead. He's in a coma. And
what a twist.
So here's my thing about that. You're telling me this motherfucker's been in a coma for weeks, apparently at this point, that he's been going around doing all this stuff as a ghost. Nobody notified his family. Nobody told him. Nobody told anybody in his family like he was just in a coma. Like, it's never really even brought up. And so he has to re-enter his body. You know, that's in a, and what even makes this movie worse now is the fact that you know Bill Cosby as like the Bill Cosby of today doing this shit. So it's even harder to watch now.
I have vivid memories of it as a kid. But yeah, I know it's not good.
I barely remember it. I probably saw it once, and I didn't remember anything you said, so that's how long it's been.
It is some of that movie is etched into my brain because I vividly remember being in the theaters as a kid watching that, and even then knowing it was bad. And that's just like I said, when you're 10 or 11, you think every movie is good. Generally speaking, like it's just like something to do. So it's all, you're pretty much, you know, blank slate kind of thing to new movies, whereas you don't know a lot about movies yet. Yeah. But even then I was like, wow, this is awful. And to this day, it's just one of the worst movies for me.
It sounds like.
But anyway, Rambo, you're up.
All right. So some of these I had to write down because, like you said earlier, a lot of these I've only seen maybe once a long time ago. So I had to revisit some of them just to remember. So my number 5 is a film called Pocket Ninjas.
Somebody brought that up in here, actually. I was like, what the fuck is Pocket Ninjas?
So the story behind this is the guy who did Here Comes to Fraud Town, Donald G. Jackson. He also did these rollerblade films. I forget what they're called. And he wanted to do a kid's film. But he also really tried to be a ripoff of, if you remember, Three Ninjas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So this has 3 kids who have masks, but their hair is like a clown. So it's like the clown hair. And they go around in rollerblades. Their teacher is Gary Daniels, who's the white dragon. And he made the film, and then the studios, people said it sucked, so they got like 2 other directors to redo it. So the editing doesn't make any sense. So you have comments like people calling each other butt whiff because everyone called them that.
Butt
bag-
whip is classic.
The bad guy is another little kid who's trying to teach his henchmen how to fight, but then they just give up and start doing this for no reason during the montage where the kids try to make them fight like the Macarena for some reason. Robin Zadar is in it from Maniac Cop. He's a bad guy. He has a fight scene with one of the kids, which I think is just a stunt man pretending to be a kid. And for some reason, I think it's a carnival because there's clowns and they leave. So the Rob Zadar and the kid, they're bouncing on the balloons. And once in a while they're doing this and this during the fight scene. And these stupid sound effects. And then they start playing patty cake for some reason while they're bouncing on balloons during this fight scene. But then for some reason at the end, the little kid and one of the main characters, they did a VR set. So I guess Rob Zadar is also a video game character because then him and another guy have like a fight scene, like a video game, where it's like these stupid, goofy sound effects and it's shot like this, like you would see a 2D video game.
Mm-hmm.
And just Rob Zadar being so goofy and silly and just stupid and annoying. And the editing's all over the place. So, for example, let's say the three kids are talking. Now, imagine the kid's in the middle is right here. The next shot, he's over here looking at a kid. Then the next shot, he's over here. So it's like, as a different background.
It's amazing how many bad movies Robert Zadar's been in, by the way. Just awful movies.
And I mean, this is a little thing, but for some reason, this stuck with me. Because I love the Game Boy. And you remember the Game Boy where you had the game in the back?
I had all the Game Boy, yeah.
So the kid's playing it, but there's no game in the back. you can clearly see the back is empty, but he's playing it for somehow. And it's like such an easy thing. And they're shooting it from where you can see the back, like right here. Like imagine this and it's completely empty, and he's like Pocket Ninjas. It gets a 1.4 on IMDb. It's 1997 it came out, and Gula trying to understand the film and there's like 18 of the same montages where they train to fight. And again, for some reason, they wear masks with clown hair and rollerblades.
You know, you're actually making me want to watch this movie for some reason. Like,
Yeah, apparently that and Star Crystal, Be My Guest.
Yeah.
Please
something about that idea of what you're describing just makes me want to search this movie out because I've never heard of it until right now.
I would love for you to see it and get back on me. Same with Mark. You like action films, Mark? It's on YouTube.
Yeah. I was going to say somebody in the chat tell me where I can watch this masterpiece, but there you go.
Be My Guest.
Steel with Shaq.
Oh.
Yeah, that one would have made my list, but I've got some other stuff. So,
all right, Mark, what you got?
Okay. This is a film that somehow came out in theaters, actually made enough money to get a sequel, which came out in 2004, and I would have also put the sequel on the list, but it's not a 90s film. So, God, this movie. It's a director that we all know, like, and probably even respect maybe up until this point. This film is Baby Geniuses. You guys seen this film?
Oh, yeah. Bob Clark.
Yeah. What's even more sad is that, like, of course it's Bob Clark, but the cast, I like Christopher Lloyd, Kathleen Turner, even Peter McNichol, hell, Kim Cattrall. I like them, but it's like, what the hell were they doing in this movie? Obviously, they trusted Bob Clark and they thought, like, well, maybe this might work.
How could it go wrong? Yeah, God had like a million hits.
But it's such lowbrow humor to the point where it's like, it's not funny on any level. You have babies doing takedowns and karate and throwing guys. And when I say babies, they're more so like toddlers. They're not full on newborn infants. Just for anybody that hasn't seen it. But you literally have like a Three Stooges bit in the movie where like the baby throws the finger thing and the guy blocks it like this. And it's just, I don't understand why it exists. Like I said earlier, somehow it made money. I don't get how it was panned, but they went ahead with the sequel anyway. That was even worse than the first film. And I think John Voight is like the main heel in the second one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he's
Anytime
got
they throw John Voight in there, you know you're in trouble.
ridiculous accent. It's funny. That is funny, but for all the wrong reasons. Oh my God. I remember seeing it as a kid quite a bit on TV, and even back then I didn't like it. It's really like probably the worst film in his filmography, I'd say. And he directed the sequel, so it's like oh man, it's bad in every way possible, and the plot is like ridiculous. Like, so the goo goo gagas of what babies say is somehow actually real fucking speech that they're trying to decipher, and they do, and eventually like the audience can hear it, and they have really shitty voiceovers for the babies. It's just a bad movie.
You know what that reminded me of, though, and this movie probably came out in the 90s. You remember Look Who's Talking 2, which had the dogs and shit that talked in it?
That was 3, but I do
Is that
remember
3?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was 2? Was 2 like a fucking...
Roseanne.
Yeah, she's
So
the daughter's
the other dog.
Yeah. So that should probably be... if I would have thought of that, I'd probably put that movie in here, but I didn't. That just reminded me of it, though, when you talk about, like, you know, the language and everything.
What made you watch Baby Geniuses to begin with?
Me or Aaron?
You.
Oh, I was a kid.
Oh.
I was really young at the time.
So that's your excuse.
Yeah, I mean, you'll watch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch anything at that age.
Yeah, I know the feeling. So, Jesus
Under the
Christ.
influence of madness.
Yeah, I want to say like pretty much all this stuff, except for maybe one that I have on the list, I saw as a kid. So
Even as a kid, you knew it sucked.
yeah, and that's how you know like it's really bad.
Why would a guy who did like the films he did look at that and go, "This is a good idea"?
That's a great question, man.
That's what makes it all the worse. I mean, it would be different if it was some random guy like Jim Wynorski or some shit. I just kind of expect that. But Bob Clark, it's
Maybe a big paycheck, because I don't know.
maybe.
How many films did he direct in the 90s?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know if he directed that many in the 90s, really.
Yeah, maybe not that many.
So,
But it was a big studio movie and it made money.
I always got the feeling with him that maybe this was like his attempt to come back, you know, like to make a big Hollywood film again.
Yeah,
make the studio film.
Yeah,
try to
maybe get
appeal
some
to
clout.
the masses. Yeah, family movie, but
it's a family movie, I guess.
I guess.
And he did the sequel, you said?
Yes, he did. Super Baby Geniuses,
Oh,
or whatever it's
Or,
called.
yeah, Baby Geniusers or something. Fucking stupid sequel titles that time. Cinema Attacks. Let's get to the chat here real quick. Cinema Attacks has got a super chat. He says, Frozen Assets, 1992. Corbin Burnson is hired to run a bank. He doesn't realize it's a sperm bank, and that's the joke for 90 minutes. Yeah.
That
I've
sounds
heard
great.
of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it, but I've heard of that film.
He's also shocked that you've seen Baby Geniuses.
Yeah,
Jackson.
I mean, there wasn't too much that I didn't see back then. I watched pretty much
Jackson
everything.
Jack says, if you search Pocket Ninja on YouTube, you'll find the movie, and right under it, Rambo's review with his hand in his hand.
Yeah, that was from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Xavier says, I actually enjoy Baby Geniuses.
Yeah, as a kid, maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
I think I did too. I think I saw that movie in the theater too. I think I saw both those movies in the theater. It just seems like some shit that I would watch at that time.
So wait, you did like the first one? I mean, you had to at least like the first one to see the second one, right? Or did you just go because it was something to do?
Are we talking about Look Who's Talking?
Yeah, Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, I did. Like, see,
Okay.
people don't realize though that movie was huge at the time. Like the
Mhm.
original Look Who's Talking, like, and yeah, like that idea of doing that, kind of like the concept of that was unique at that time. But then they made and the second one was just fucking crazy bad. And then the third one, it's like all of it diminishing gains, I guess.
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn. I don't think that's even close to like some of these other ones on these lists.
No, that's amazing compared to what I have on the list.
4K Baby Genius is coming from Vinegar Syndrome soon, so get ready.
I would believe it. It's right up there.
And Pocket Ninjas. I think that's it.
Pocket Ninja sounds like, you remember those pocket wrestlers that you had like they came in like a garbage can or something? You open them up, they were like plastic. They didn't move or anything. They were just little plastic figures. That's what it reminds me of. All right. Anyway, so I guess my number 4. Rambo, I know you've reviewed this, and I'm pretty sure that you'll agree with me on this one. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out how this movie got made. How it exists is just one of those mysteries of life. But talking about It's Pat.
That was on my list, but I'll say that for you.
If you, they made a lot of Saturday Night Live movies. They made a lot. They made The Ladies' Man. They made Night at the Roxbury. A lot got made that were just based on like kind of peripheral characters that got kind of popular for a brief. There's never, Coneheads is another great example. There's never been one that was so misguided in terms of like, let's turn this into, because that was popular for like the smallest like snippet of time, and they turned this one joke, you talk about a movie that has one joke, and they turn it into a fucking 90-minute long movie. It's this movie.
What wasn't there another one with sorry to cut you off.
That's fine.
Is it Molly Shannon? Is it Superstar?
Superstar.
Wasn't that one of them too?
Yeah, that was another one too. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was
I forget about that one.
A really weird one to do a movie for. I don't know. That one just popped up when you brought those up. Go ahead. Sorry.
If you don't remember this character though, the character is, you don't know whether or not it's a male or a female. That's the entire joke. And then throughout the movie, they'll get ready to tell you if it's a male or a female, and then something will happen. Somebody will walk in front of the screen. There'll be a noise or something, and it keeps you from. That's the joke. The whole fucking movie, it's like that joke. And then there's also, for some reason that I've yet to figure out, like a whole plot where Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall is the love interest, who's also like androgynous. They fall in love. You don't know what he is and what Pat is. And that's supposed to be a big joke. And you've got, what's the guy's name? Charles Rocket, the guy that like got fired from SNL way, way back, like in the 80s, I think. You got him as like a neighbor that's obsessed with Pat and like carries around these dolls and stuff. And it's like making out with him in his room. Just, there's no movie here. It's just a bunch of like shit put together. And if I remember, like the ending is like something to do with Pat gets like is naked and is in front of a crowd of people and they can see what it is or whatever, but you can't anyway, just let you know they made an entire movie based on that. Also, real quick, a fun side note to this, and this is no shit. this movie came out around the same time as Pulp Fiction. And there's a rumor that Quentin Tarantino, who was huge friends at that time with Julia Sweeney, who played Pat, actually wrote or rewrote the script of this movie. And if that is true, that's one of the greatest stories. I would love to hear the backstory of that at some point in time.
Wow. I never heard that before.
If he did, I don't see it.
But anyway, needless to say, that's definitely my number 4 because it's not really even a movie. It's like it makes something like Superstar or now it makes those movies look like fucking just masterpieces. It's like Stanley Kubrick directed them or something. Like it's just.
Yeah, I think we've all tried to forget its Pat exists. I barely remember any of what you're saying. I do remember it like very, very vividly. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I do remember Charles Rocket. He was also for people who don't remember, he was the villain in Dumb and Dumber at the end with the gun who shoots Jeff Daniels and you realize he's still alive. And the Pat character was also so unlikable. He was like nasty to everybody, treating everybody horrible, would get fired for good reason and play the victim. And it's like, why are you supposed to root for this person? And why do you care who or what the person is? It's like, I don't give a crap if you're male.
You remember the gimmick to him or her was just like, he's like, oh my God. That's how like the whole movie is like that. It's just like that gets really old within about 5 minutes. It's perfect for like a 2 or 3 minute long sketch.
Right.
But filling a whole movie of that, man. God. Anyway. That's my number 4.
It's a good choice. So I guess my number 4. People know this one though. Howling 7: New Moon Rising.
Oh shit! I was hoping you would pick this. Yeah,
it's pretty. All you have to do is watch. I mean, the Howling franchise really isn't that good to begin with, but this was the worst. The guy, Clive Turner, who had a hand in some of the previous films, wanted to direct, for some reason, tried to link Howling 4, 5, and 6 together in such an overcomplicated story where, like, the woman from part 4 is in one scene, and then the werewolf is from part 5 or 6, and then you never see the werewolf till the end, which is a terrible effect. And then it's mostly this guy, I don't know if he was Australian, he sounded Australian, walk around this dusty town with these yokels either square dancing or they're talking about chili and dirt in Chile, or a constant amount of fart jokes, or just the worst acting you would ever see. And it was so deathly boring and dull. And it's like a werewolf movie with no werewolves. Try to follow the plot. Even Joe Bob Briggs had a tough time getting through it, what he had on his show. And I think he actually went to the town and talked to the people, because a lot of the people were locals at the time that the director hired, because I guess he thought the town was interesting. Man, he was fucking wrong, because they were about as interesting as jack shit. They were boring as fuck. The movie was boring as hell. One of the dullest horror films I've ever seen in my life. there's no redeemable value to this pile of shit. Fuck Howling 7. I got nothing else. It's a piece of shit.
I mean, those Howling movies. It's a weird. First of all, it's a weird movie to have a whole franchise over, isn't it? Like when you look at that.
Yeah.
The second one is insane, but it's insane in a fun way. The third one the marsupials? I think
Yeah.
it is. It's also
Mhm.
insane in a fun way. And the fourth, like they're just after that point, it just becomes awful. And by the time you get to the one you're talking about, yeah, it's like you've really shit the bed.
Yeah, that falls in line perfectly with the one that I'm going to put on here. It's my next. It never needed to be a franchise, wasn't a franchise to begin with. And I like New Line Cinema's approach, like in the 90s, taking chances on stuff. But this is one they probably should have let go of. And I shudder to think what the hell the third movie would have been, but it was planned to be a trilogy. And people know this one too. Lawnmower Man 2.
Oh fuck. I saw that. Like I was like, yeah, that definitely should be on there.
Yeah, Lawnmower Man 2, Job's War, aka Beyond Cyberspace, aka this movie should not exist. So at the end of the first film, Jeff Fahey's character does not die, and he manages to take himself into cyberspace. So in the second movie, it's played by a different guy, and I always remember the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I can't remember the guy's name.
Wait a minute. Let's comment. Hold on.
Okay.
Lawnmower Man 2 is your sister's lawnmower. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's chock full of like the worst CGI imaginable, even for a movie that's in 96. I mean, there are some movies from the 90s where you look at it and go, well, they tried. They didn't try in this film. Of course it bombed. So the whole plot, if you could really call it one, the Job character, who is the Lawnmower Man, is trying to force people out of the real world and to join him into cyberspace, where they give up their real world bodies and worship him as a god in cyberspace, which is somehow linked to virtual reality. And I don't know how they really make that connection, because virtual reality is not the internet, but somehow he's able to access ATMs and water systems, so he affects the sewer, and he's trying to cause chaos in the real world.
The sewer.
Yeah, it's
He
just
gets into
ridiculous.
your arcade games, and like
Yeah, it's so fucking bad.
you're trying to play Doom, and Job is in there fucking around.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something that like maybe you could conceive as like a little short or something, but not even like this sort of plot. I'm talking about the original Lawnmower Man, actually, which was a decent short. The movie is nothing like the original King short, but like even still with the first movie, it's not great, but there are parts of it that I like and I have nostalgia for. This was just a mess, just a complete utter mess every way around. And I think you do have the kid. It might be the same kid from Last Action Hero. Is it Austin O'Brien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does come back from the first movie to be like the co-star of the second one. It just doesn't work. I see what they were trying to do, but on every level, it makes no sense, and it looks even worse than it sounds. So if anybody's interested in seeing the worst CGI ever,
I was
just
going
look
to
at the
say, I
trailer.
haven't seen that movie in forever, but I remember the CGI being like the worst shit humanly imaginable with that time period.
People shit on Spawn, but I think this might be worse.
I think it is. I think it's much worse than Spawn, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you want to see, what year did that come out?
96.
Okay, so if you want to see like the height of awful, visual effects at that time period, that's the movie I would be like, go see that.
Yeah.
It's a good pick, though. I actually saw that one when I was like looking up stuff, and I was like, that should be on here, but I didn't pick it, thankfully. 100% deserves to be on this list. There is something nostalgic about the long and though, like you said, it's not a good movie. It's especially not good because, like, nowadays, because you just can't play that role that Jeff Fahey plays, like nowadays anyway.
Oh,
Right.
You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Because like at least the idea of that first film is that Pierce Brosnan's character is going to make Jeff Fahey smarter. In doing so, he makes him have telepathic abilities and eventually get to the point where Fahey's character sort of, you know, takes out his newfound abilities and aggression on the people that wronged him when he was slower, I'll say.
right.
And you know, he gets the hot girl in the town and everything. So like there's at least something to follow there where you can kind of say like, yeah, that's kind of familiar. But this second film, oh man, it just they went way too far with the whole cyberspace thing.
and the short story sucks too. I mean, I could watch the first movie, but even the short Stephen King story sucks. It's just about a guy with like lawnmower pubes.
I don't
That's
particularly.
That's part of it.
Yeah, I don't love the short story, but like it sort of falls in line with the rest of the short stories that King did around that time. Not his best work, but far from his worst. I think he's got a few that are worse than that.
All right, before I go further on, though, let's get some stuff from the chat. So people are actually picking some things here. Trapper Creeper, which is a great name, says the Psycho remake.
Yeah.
I always forget that exists.
I do too. It's just like it's not even there. Chaz looks at Steel with Shaq. Yeah. Xavier says Biodome was trash.
How dare you hate on Pauly Shore, buddy?
No Lock says the Jerky Boys movie fucking sucks too. It does. It's not wrong. Listen, I actually like all those Night of the Demons movies, even though they are fucking goofy as hell. Like I don't mind any of them. I do, however, mind Beverly Hills Cop 3. That's a fair. Fucking yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The movie where Eddie Murphy refused to be funny, literally.
It begins with the bad guys having a dance sequence at a chop shop. John Landis thought that's how a film should begin.
John Landis actually has two movies that he directed around the same time in the 90s that are both fucking awful. I almost put another one on this list, but I didn't. So he's got. Go ahead, Mark.
I was saying, what's the other one?
So it's this one, and then in 1998, for some reason, Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I almost put that on this list. I was a hair away from doing it, and I was like, I mean, it's bad, but it's not. Chairman of the board, BRED. Yeah. Cool as ice.
Exactly. Mark has it too.
I do.
German.
Where's the? Hold on, I think I got it over here.
Yeah, the German collector's edition of Cool as Ice.
I do.
I know. I said I wasn't lying.
No, we're not kidding around. He's actually got it.
Thank God they did not interview him for that Ninja Turtles set. Thank God.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
And I've got it signed. That's right.
Who the fuck is it signed by?
Oh, Michael Gross.
Oh, I was like, if it's signed by Vanilla Ice, it'd be killer.
I wish it was.
Matter Pat has got Blair Witch. Fucking hell, that's a hot take. Godzilla. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The third one.
Oh, the third one. Okay. Blues Brothers 2000.
I like Blair Witch, but that is a very divisive movie. It always has been.
Yeah.
But I've always enjoyed it.
I don't think that this next one will be divisive.
Okay.
I think everybody will.
I'm
not even sure if this is my number 3. I'm not even sure if many people will remember this movie, and when I say the name of it, you'll be like, wait a minute, do you mean like these? And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about those movies. So just to give you some background here, I was a huge fan at this time period of the original TV show that this movie was based off of. I loved the TV show, and I had like all the VHS box sets of it and shit. Watched it all the time. Loved it. Still love it to this day. This movie came out. I was there first day, opening day, to watch it. And I remember I'd been a teenager. I remember just being like, wow, this is fucking awful. Like, just brutally bad. So I think it's because I like the show so much that I put this on the list, because I remember how disappointed I was when I saw this movie. 1998, I think. Somebody can look it up. I might be wrong, but I think it was 98. The Avengers. And I don't mean the fucking Marvel Avengers. I mean
British.
John Steed, British TV show, The Avengers.
I didn't know you had seen the show. That's cool.
Oh, I used to love that show. When I was a kid going into being like a teen, like that was one of my favorite shows. For those people that don't remember, the whole plot of this movie consists of Sean Connery is the villain that controls the fucking weather. He controls the weather with this fucking like machine orb thing. Yeah. It's got a great cast. It's got Ralph Fiennes. It's got Uma Thurman. It's got Sean Connery. If you looked at this movie, you would and just saw it, like you think, oh, this has to be great. Like, how could this not be great? It is. I can't even describe. It's edited to shit. Number one, none of the scenes make any sense in context with the next scene. They turn the characters into the most unlikable fucking people that you could ever imagine. So in the series, John Steed is like, he's played by Patrick McNee. He's like a James Bond character that's real, like kind of cool and suave, but he's got like probably more of a sense of humor even than Bond does. In this movie, he's played as like an uptight, socialite kind of prick. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. And Emma Peel, who's by far the most famous sidekick, he went through several different like female sidekicks in the movie. Played by Diana Rigg in the series, is played by Uma Thurman in this, and she is like a blank-faced, icy, just kind of their sidekick. In the show, she's like a badass, kind of like a ninja, very, very similar to Uma Thurman's role in Kill Bill, but like more British, kind of more like British sardonic kind of humor. So they just destroyed the characters. They destroyed the whole idea of like what made the show really, really likable, which was those two characters and how they played off each other. Then they had the dumb subplot of Sean Connery, who's awful in it, fucking using the weather to like, they controlling the weather and all that shit. He's like the weatherman or something. Like I said, nothing in it makes any sense because it had to be a much longer film that was edited down and it just doesn't make sense. And I can't tell you how much I hate this movie. It's boring. It's dull. All the characters are unlikable. None of the scenes make any sense if you try to watch it like all the way through. I've probably seen this movie twice and I regret watching it a second time. So there we go.
Jeez. I remember seeing like trailers for that film way back, and I had probably not even seen the show at that time, but the trailers felt off even back then. So like, You're saying they just completely missed the point of everything that was good about the show overall?
It was one of those remakes where they really didn't. Well, they still don't know how to do remakes now that I think about it. But like,
True.
It's almost like they were just like, okay, we need to remake this show because it was popular, and we'll just like, it's like they didn't even watch the original show. They just we'll just throw a bunch of names at us on a screen, and like it'll have to work, right? And of course it doesn't. And you could tell nobody knew like anything about the show or the spirit of the show or anything like that. And everybody's going through their emotions. Nobody looks like they know what in the hell they're doing. And you don't know what's going on in the movie at any given point in time. It's everything about it's awful.
Yeah, I remember. I have seen that film. I remember one story was that it was a 2-hour movie and they cut 30 minutes out.
I believe
think now
that.
it's a 90-minute movie. And the scene I remember was Sean Connery's like one of the Care Bears.
Yes.
Everyone's like the Care Bear. Like Mark's like confused. You remember that scene?
No.
It's like a big boardroom, and everybody's in like a red or yellow bear suit.
Yep.
Like the Care Bears. Like it was like candy. And
so,
yeah.
I mean, part of the original spirit of the show that it was always like a little bit quirky and it had that British kind of style of humor in it and things like that. So unfortunately that got co-opted into like a weird hybrid Americanized version of what they thought that would be like, which is just shit like that. Yeah.
Here, let me see if this works. This is the picture I'm talking about. For people out there.
Caused me to have nightmares, I'm sure. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring this up because this really bears repeating. Get it?
Yeah, get it.
Bears repeating. There you go. That's what he's talking about.
Oh man.
And Sean Connery is in one of them. Now the show was never that goofy, campy.
No. I mean, it was campy, but it was never like that fucking campy. Whatever that is. Yeah.
What is the thinking behind like grown people, and you have Sean Connery, and you said, you know what? We need him in a Care Bear suit.
There's a story, by the way, about this movie where they were at the premiere and Sean Connery turned to somebody, it was some actor, I can't remember who it was like, so what did you think about it? And said something like the actor was trying to be nice or something, was like, oh, it's, you know, it's all right. And Sean Connery's like, I think it's shite. So yeah, I mean, pretty much from the get-go, everybody knew that movie was fucking awful.
Wow.
So that's the Avengers, though.
Man.
I'm not sure which one I would want to watch least, that version of the Avengers or the Marvel fucking Avengers. It would be, I'd be hard pressed to pick.
So I guess my number 3 is a film that I guarantee no one has heard of for good reason. It is a shot on video film from 1991 called Alien Beasts.
That's a new one.
I thought you were gonna say Alien.
No. It's too bad. I know we can't show trailers because I don't know how to describe this film because it is so confusing as a shot on video film. It was directed by a guy named Carl Sukenik, who is also
Carl what now?
Sukenik. So Sukenik.
I thought you said Sukenik. I was like, what? That'd be the best name ever. It's directed by Carl Sukenik.
So the actual, the synopsis is a CIA unit fights against mutated humans and terrorists who are infected by alien radiation. You're not going to understand that in the movie because again, it's shot on video. It's about the level of feed of Things. It's like
Oh
that.
Jesus, dude, I can't handle a movie.
It's
like
the
that.
Things of the 90s. Where it'll be like a green mass is just on the screen and burning for some reason. And that's why it's hard to describe, because it's done very dirt cheap. You'll, for example, the camera will be across the street and there's people like kung fu fighting on the lawn for some reason. And I don't know why. And they're just fighting on the lawn for like 2 minutes. And the camera's like across the street. There's a message that will pop up that goes, "This base is under attack because the agents are working for Iran." And it's like text for a full minute on the screen. There's like a killer that has a woman on the ground. I don't know if she's supposed to be dead because she's just on the ground looking at the guy. And then the guy's like standing over her, and then he has a knife, but then he pats her stomach like this. Like, you okay? And then I guess it's supposed to cut her hand off because it cuts to an up close shot. But then the woman's on the ground for 40 seconds. And then the guy like pulls her hand off screen so it could finish the rest of the effect. So cut the hand off. And then it has another shot of a hand. There's like a woman who changes from like her panties to camouflage pants and then plays with nunchucks for some reason.
Wait a minute. Is this it right here? This fucking... This is one of the best VHS covers I've ever seen. If this is it.
Yes.
Look at that.
That's the way it starts is that picture. I think it's burning or something.
Oh wow.
And it'll use like a lot of like random shots where like have the negative film, or it'll be like the guy who is the director, he likes to be particular with his dialogue. Like he phonetically is talking about every piece of dialogue. Like he talks like that throughout the whole film, reciting every sentence like that. Like he don't know how to read. And there'll be there's like this random animation scene done with, it looks like someone did with crayons. I have no idea how it fits with the rest of the movie. If you're wondering why it sounds confusing, because it is. That's
a Carl J. Sukanik classic, buddy. You don't mess with alien beasts. It's like some shit that I would have as a Halloween mask around the 1990s.
Yeah, there'll be like a kid swinging, and they'll cut to like an old man sitting at a table, and we don't know who the old man is, and it cuts back to the girl on the swing, and then we never see them again. It's like the movie Things is so incompetently made, you will not know what the hell is going on. It's hard to describe because it's that bad. Words cannot describe how horrible Alien Beast is. I would say this, folks, just type on YouTube Alien Beast 1991 trailer. Just watch the trailer and you'll see what I mean by it.
I mean, you're just giving me like a whole list of new shit to track down at this point, Rambo. It looks so like bad that I have to like see it.
I mean,
I knew that you would deliver though on the shit that I've never heard of, but that was like incredibly bad. Yeah. No, like it says next month Alien Beast will be on Vinegar Syndrome. We'll be talking about how it's a missing gem from the 90s.
If you want to put that up, it's a minute long and you don't even have to use the dialogue, the audio, because you don't even have to.
Do you think we would honestly get strike for fucking Alien Beast? Like, does anybody even have a copyright of this fucking movie?
It was only on VHS.
Let's see.
And it's a minute long.
Is it? Hold on, let me see if there's any titties in it. Is there any titties in this movie? Period.
No,
Okay.
not that I remember. I mean, maybe it's not in that trailer, but if there is in the movie, I don't remember because I didn't go back to rewatch the film.
God damn, this looks amazing. All right, I'm gonna not put any audio because you don't. There's no audio. I mean, there's no like anything spoken in it or anything.
No.
Anyway, so all right, get ready for this. This is gonna be a real treat for everybody. I give you now the trailer for Alien Beasts. Here we go. First of all, look at that.
That's how the movie starts. That's the first scene in the
amazing.
movie.
This is the shit. There's no sounds. I mean, in terms of like, even in the thing, it's just like a bunch of noise.
So yeah, shot on video. It has that negative light throughout it for some reason. Does the director love that filter? And sometimes
This reminds me of Heavy Metal Massacre, man.
see, that's why he
what
taps on his stomach. And later he's doing polar arms, says he can't afford to try to see there they are.
Wrestling around his yard or something.
Looks
And
like backyard wrestling.
Yeah, that's
that
exactly
editing
like,
is in the movie too. Like that's how it's
exactly like
edited.
that.
Oh man.
That's exactly how it's edited too.
What the fuck? It's like some sort of subliminal like shit he's doing there.
And that's only a taste. So that's enough of a taste. But
you
that's just a
do
taste.
realize I got to find that now, though, right? Like, I mean, that did not deter me at all.
Then I have a good
Watch
seller
that.
for these shit. I guess I should be like Joe Bob Bridges selling these fucking awful movies to people. There's apparently good luck on finding it.
Rambo's taking another level, like shit, into like some sort of like, it's like the iceberg. He's just like going further and further down. Okay, what you got, Mark?
I can't follow that.
No, you can't. Nobody can.
You could probably put all this guy's movies in the worst of the 90s. He's not an actor, but he was a pro wrestler. Yes, the infamous Hulk Hogan film, The Ultimate Weapon.
I've never seen this movie.
Look at the cover of it, because it's flat top Hogan.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Okay, I see the cover.
Which is clearly they wanted him to be like the Arnold stand-in. They probably couldn't afford Arnold.
No. Yeah,
Show it to the chat so they can see.
that's
the one thing. Like, Hogan's not known for having hair, but then they give him a flat top hairpiece.
brother. This is outstanding. Hold on.
Is this like one of the films he did, like TNT or something, when he was at WCW?
It might have been. I know it was like direct to video kind of thing. So maybe it was produced by them. That's very possible.
Are you ready for hair plugs and Hogan? Here it comes.
So
You gotta be kidding me with this shit. I've never heard of this movie either. I've never heard of it until right now.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, this could have been interchangeable with like Santa with Muscles or any of those kinds of movies that he did around that time. But this one I put on here because I remember more of it than the others. And I think it's still probably on Tubi. That's how I saw it. And you see that cover, you're like, you got to watch it, you know?
Yeah, there's no way.
Exactly. So he's like, I think was he CIA or something? Some kind of operative who's like just on the verge of retirement, of course. And they want him to come back. And he's refusing. You have a terrorist in there. It's the most generic thing ever. One of the worst parts about it is not even so much the action, it's just his acting, because it's an action drama. And so for him to try to play a dramatic role, that's just not in like Hogan's like wheelhouse at all. Trying to be serious. So it just comes off as incredibly awful. Obviously they had no money. It's some of the most boring action I've seen, like an action movie from the 90s. And you think about 90s action movies, pretty much most of them, you're going to find some fun stuff, but that ain't one of them. It does have that girl. What's her name? I was going to say Kelly Preston, Cynthia Preston, who's in the movie Pen from the late 80s, which is a really good movie. She's also in If Looks Could Kill, which Rambo, I know you're a big fan of that one, as am I, from the early 90s. So
which one?
If Looks Could Kill.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So like it's got a few notable people. She's probably like the most mainstream person in it, but just the dialogue is, they might as well not even talk, like how you were talking about that movie a second ago. You could just put the movie, you could mute it, it wouldn't matter. It's all meaningless and it's all bad, and he's just so awful in it. Yeah, it's worth a look for, like, trailer wise, maybe if you want to get a quick laugh, but that's about it. I don't know why they thought Hogan was going to be a big deal. It's kind of like when they wanted Goldberg to be like an actor as well. They put him in Universal Soldier, the sequel.
Being hardball cutter, is that for real?
Yeah, I have no idea. That'd be funny if it was.
Was there a Hogan film you liked ever that he made? Yeah, that is his name in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
But none of his movies?
I haven't re-watched any of them from that era, other than this one, because this was on Tubi, like I said, and I saw the poster, and I'm like, I'm so watching this. But yeah, I don't go back to his other stuff, so I can barely remember. I remember back then I didn't like a lot of it. I love Christopher Lloyd, so like Suburban Commando is always the one that I think about when, like, if there's anyone that's like halfway watchable. But yeah, not really, no. So I'm just not a fan of his movies at all.
I mean, if I'm being honest, like, I like No Holds Barred.
Oh,
I know it's a horrible fucking movie.
I always forget about that one. Yeah,
but that's the only one that I ever really
Yeah.
liked. Like, Suburban Commando is goddamn awful, as is Mr. Nanny, as is Santa with Muscles, like all those.
Mm-hmm.
What is the other one? Like,
I could support Suburban Commando.
I
haven't
mean,
seen any of
frozen
those
today.
in forever.
I was frozen today.
which one?
Undertaker's best role.
Yeah,
He shut
Undertaker's
up.
in. Yeah,
He doesn't talk.
he doesn't talk, and he should have kept that gimmick forever. That would have been great. I need to watch that too. Now, see, this has become more like a list of movies I just need to see than it has been the worst movies of the 90s.
Job's War. This is Lawnmower Man 2. Didn't rewatch from you.
No, I know
Not
that.
that
I know that movie.
Okay.
I'm fine. There's a super chat on here though, real quick. Let me get to a couple of things here. Jamal says, "What was that boring ass Lucio Fulci movie where the entire movie was most of the movie was him driving in cars?" 1991.
Door into Silence.
I was going to say, I'm assuming you mean Door into Silence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking awful.
That is maybe his worst film.
Has to be.
I might have seen it. I don't remember it.
You didn't miss anything. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, go watch Alien Beasts instead.
Let's see. All right. So where am I at? 2?
Two.
Yeah.
2 is Congo, baby. Fuck both of you. It's Congo. I'm just kidding. It's not. But I had to throw Congo in there because, like,
because it's the thumbnail that Wes put.
Yeah, I refuse to use that thumbnail, by the way.
So did I.
Congo is awful, but it's not the worst of the 90s. Let's be clear about this. Okay, so set this one up to also another movie that I watched in the theater. Also, a movie that everyone thought was going to be the best fucking thing since sliced bread at this time. I can't even tell you the buildup of this movie at the time and like how big everyone thought it was going to be and how awful it turned out to be. Yeah, I don't know if I kind of feel like this might be one where Rambo and I part. I feel like Rambo might like this fucking movie. Like I just get that feeling. I've never heard him talk about it, but just knowing him the way I do, I feel like he's going to end up liking this fucking movie. But I watched it in the theater and thought it was the dumbest shit ever, even at this time period. It came out in the late 90s, sometime 97, 98, I'm guessing. The movie the lead made in right before this movie, I think, was Independence Day. And I think that's why everybody thought like this is going to be like a fucking killer movie.
Wow.
That's right.
It's not that good of a movie.
Man.
Desperado, Rough Ride, don't want none.
That song was the best part about the movie too, and that song's fucking horrible to this day. Wild Wild West. It opens up, and I'll never forget this. It opens up with Kevin Kline playing the ugliest woman that you have ever seen in your life, that nobody could ever in a million years mistake for a woman, but we're supposed to suspend disbelief and just think that like everybody is just completely like buying this shit. And it just goes downhill even more from that point on. You got weird Western spider metal creatures. You got these weird futuristic kind of shit that they build and all this stuff.
Well, I wanted to be Men in Black with the tech in the West.
In the West, which did not work. Nothing in this movie is funny either. It's supposed to be a comedy. But like never have two people been miscast more than Kevin Kline and Will Smith together. They have no chemistry whatsoever. Nothing about it is even remotely funny. It's just an awful movie. And Westerns at this time period, like there was a couple of Westerns coming out and things like that, but they were kind of fading away. It's just such a weird choice for this anyway. But nobody thought it would fail. Nobody thought this movie would. Everyone thought it would be fucking a blockbuster.
It made a couple $100 million from what I remember somehow, but probably
just probably based on
popularity of Will Smith
just how popular he was at the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could watch it, but it's not that good of a movie. I mean, compared to some stuff I've seen, I could watch it, but I agree with what you say. I wouldn't defend it at all. It's not that good. I mean, like someone said, he passed on The Matrix to do Wild Wild West.
God, what a horrible decision! Like, dear Lord.
And you saw in the theater, you said?
Yeah.
I've never liked that film.
I don't know how you could like the film. Really, it's so all over the place. It's like this weird steampunk, cross Western, cross comedy, like awful bastardized hybrid of something. Like
is Selma Hayek the?
Yes, Selma Hayek is in this movie. Yeah,
she looks damn good in it. I'll say that.
I mean, this was like what, late 90s somehow. I mean, this was around
a few years
Dawn.
after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Will Smith is like an army officer or something like that in it. And beyond that, and the stuff about the spiders and the steampunk stuff, and just how awful, like they're.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh is the villain in the wheelchair,
Yeah.
and you have the giant spider at the end. His is John Peters, and that's when Tim told that story about how John Peters wanted the giant spider in Superman.
Yep.
And when that wasn't made, he put the giant spider in Wild Wild West.
If it hadn't been for that song, I also believe that movie probably would have like not made even half of what it did make. I think that song is the real like I don't know, the draw to that movie.
Yeah, and Selma Hayek's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I somehow didn't think that you would hate the movie as much as like some of the other ones, but
it's not that good. No,
it's not a good movie though. There's no way. No,
it's not.
I feel like I want to find somebody that really likes Wild West and talk to them about it, and just be like, "What is it exactly about this movie that you like?"
Because I liked Independence Day and I like Men in Black, and then when you get to that, it's like they didn't have chemistry. Kevin Kline I like Kevin Kline, but he wasn't the right choice. It just it didn't work at all. Ted Levine is in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those movies where on paper, if you looked at it, you would be like, "How could this fail?" Like, I mean, this guy's like the biggest star in the world. You got a great supporting cast. It's just. It's more of a studio kind of fuck up of the type of movie that it is.
Yeah, bad script.
Yeah.
But, like you said, nothing funny about it. There's no comedy in it that I can remember. Not one thing.
Well, they're trying to be. I think the shit with Kevin Kline is supposed to be funny with him being like cross-dressing and everything, but like it just comes off as just kind of weird and fucking awkward. And nothing funny about it.
Right.
No.
Do you remember he's also got like I don't know, this is so random that I could fucking remember this, but like Kevin Kline's got like little boxing gloves in his fake tits that like pop out and punch people. Like
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Oh my god.
But there you go. That's mine.
So I guess my number 2, it's a movie and its sequel because, I mean, they're about as long as one movie anyway, because each one's about an hour long anyway. Okay, the best way to put it is I need Uncle Bill to put this image up. Don't worry, it's fine, but this image kind of tells you what the movie is.
Okay.
If it works. If not, I'll just go on with it. Feeders and Feeders 2.
Oh,
I somehow figured those would make the list.
So the image I tried to send to him, it might not have worked because I screwed it up, is in one of the is shot on video, 2 shot on video movies that were popular at Blockbuster back in the day, where they're very, very cheap and they're directed by the Polonia brothers, as well as the guy who did like Wood Chipper Massacre.
John
Polonia and
the guy that did Wood Chipper Massacre, his name was John something, but the Polonia brothers, they did a whole bunch of shit around that time period.
Was Cannibal Campout one?
Cannibal Campout, Wood Chipper Massacre, something Barn, Splatter Barn, maybe.
John McBride.
Yeah.
All right.
So like all 3 of them did like the first one. And it's like a story about there's these aliens, but they look like little clay figures that you would get at Walmart. And there's 2 guys. One has like one of those cum catcher mustaches.
For some reason, though, Rambo, this image will not let me. It's just a bunch of ads and shit pop up.
Okay.
So front of it.
It's in one of in Feeders 2, so you forget it. In Feeders 2, there's supposed to be a cat that's a tat, and you see its dead body. But what they did is they took a still picture of a cat, and they scissor cut pieces and they drew red around it. So imagine a picture of a cat, but like little red drawings around it to make it look like it was torn apart. It's the dumbest stuff ever.
I gotta find this. Hold on.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, as I'm okay, wait, this might be. Let me do this. This will be better. Okay. Let's do this. So in Feeders and Feeders 2, they were done in the 90s, although they look like they were shot in the 80s. And
I got
you got the
Steelers ale. All right, take a look at this, everyone. This is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Somehow this makes perfect sense now. Look at this.
So that's how the cat dies, and that's what they show as a death scene.
Ah, that is spectacular.
And the second one, they decided to make it a Christmas movie where Santa Claus has a toy gun that fights the clay aliens. And actually, I'm going to have one more because I need to. This is what they look like. The aliens.
Let's see. Same matter somehow. Look at this shit. Oh my god. What y'all doing?
And they literally just move around like,
Oh,
you would
God.
imagine.
That literally looks like something that my 7-year-old son made with like Play-Doh.
But he would do it better. They're each one's like a little over an hour long. It's Feeders. It's the new movie that Michael Felsher should put on.
Yeah. This is your next big hit for the Red
Feeders
Shirt
and
Pictures
Feeders
line.
2. Double feature, blockbuster. So yeah, the Polonia Brothers and John McBride did the first one. I think one or two of them did the second film. One of the Polonia Brothers is the star. He's the one with the mustache. And he sounds like a white Steve Urkel at times. And like the acting is bad. It's cheap as hell. The second film for some reason takes place at Christmas. Santa Claus has a toy laser gun that shoots some of these things. There's a bit where the mom is with her kids and he's like, maybe Santa will bring me some Santa for Christmas. And then her kid farts on camera. Like in front of the camera, just farts.
3D limited edition coming soon.
Yeah, Feeders and Feeders 2, you can find on YouTube. It's again one of those movies, it's hard to explain, like Alien Beasts, like even Pocket Ninjas. It's hard to explain how bad these movies are. You just watch them. I wish.
Is he getting paid?
I wish Drew B. But who else is going to tell you about Feeders and Feeders 2? Sleigh Bells, I think it's the full title.
They did more of them, didn't they?
Someone said there's a Feeders 3. I've never seen it.
God, it couldn't get any better than this special effects wise.
I'm pretty sure there was like a 4 as well.
I mean, you've seen those shot on video films. I never saw Wood Chipper Massacre. I'm guessing that's not grade A stuff.
I actually love those movies, but they are fucking horrible. I mean,
you may love this
like
film.
they're like super low budget, shot on video shit. But
Yeah,
like
the
Wood
other
Chipper Massacre and
video violence.
video. Splatter Barn, Splatter Farm, something like that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie.
Well, it's
They're
on
all-
YouTube, so you may love this one. It came out in 1996. Another one you should watch.
I don't think I would, just based on the like, that's what I've seen of it.
But the first came out in 1996, and it doesn't look like a film from 96.
No, that does not.
It looks like a film from 86 and shot on video. So
Cannibal Campout. I like Cannibal Campout. I don't know. I have nostalgia for those movies for some reason.
well, you have nostalgia for Feeders and Feeders 2, and then when you watch that.
Feeders 2 on the move.
Well, yeah, I think it's called Feeders 2 Sleigh Bells. And again, Santa comes at the end to help fight the
That
creature.
sounds like a damn South Park episode or something.
Maybe.
Okay. So that's your number. What is that? Your number
Two.
1? 2? Okay.
Two. I put because they're about combined the length of one movie. So yeah, I watch it as a double feature.
Got to. Or don't.
Mark.
No, I know what I'm getting into. I'm good.
All right, Mark. What do you think? What's next?
What's your number 2, Mark?
So this is another one where I could have tossed in a couple different movies with this guy as one of the leads, and he's not an actor by any means, and I don't know why. During the 90s, they wanted to make everybody a star. Everybody could be an actor, even if you were famous for another profession. And it's a film that I'm not sure if a lot of you have seen. You might have seen Double Team with Dennis Rodman and Van Damme, or at least remember it. But right after that, the following year, Rodman did a solo film. You guys could remember this one.
Simon Says.
Yes.
Oh, no.
You've seen it, Rambo.
Sally, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Dane Cook in it? As
Get
his
this.
buddy?
Dane Cook replaced Robert Downey Jr. last minute. 'Cause,
What a
Well,
I
that's
know.
a fucking.
he dodged a fucking missile with that.
Robert Downey Jr. for
Exactly.
Dane Cook.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
a bit of a
needed-
downgrade.
They had to get somebody last minute, so they got him. I don't know how or why, but he's in there as like the sidekick. So Rodman plays like an Interpol agent, which already just why?
You just that combination of words together just doesn't compute.
So it's more so ridiculous because again, Rodman is not an actor, no charisma on screen. The action scenes are so ridiculous. And remember, you might remember this one. The one where he jumps out of a window, he grabs onto it's like a pillar. So it's like this, but it's like, I don't know, 30 feet, like around. It's a giant pillar. He wraps his legs around it, slides down backwards, and he's shooting a guy above him. Yeah, it's just the worst shit ever. Him doing kung fu and like, it's just, it's not him doing that stuff. And it's so obvious the way it's shot. It looks so bad.
There's no way that this movie is spelled Simon Says, but with
Yes.
C-E-Z.
S-E-Z, yeah.
Yeah,
Simon
SEC.
Says.
S-E-Z, yeah.
Yep, 1999. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Just like you have vampires with a Z and
Right. Exactly. It's as bad as you'd probably think it would be. I think this might have even gotten a theatrical release. Again, somebody thought this guy was going to be a star. I don't know why, because like, believe it or not, I would say this is worse than Double Team. Double Team is pretty bad. That's not a good movie either. But this is even worse.
they wanted to, because Space Jam was a hit, they thought they could put any basketball player in a movie because Space Jam made money in
But
'96.
Kazam was bad before that. Like they didn't learn anything. That's another movie that could have been on here.
They're like, oh, hey, Brahmins with the bowls, just like Michael Jordan's with the bowls.
Let me ask you a question. This was made in 99. Was Dane Cook even fucking like known at this time?
Not really. Not the way.
No, he's an up and
he would
coming.
be. Yeah.
I don't even remember him getting really popular until like the mid 2000s. Yeah.
I think just auditioned.
Christ, you just got like a. It's bad enough to have Dane Cook in the mid 2000s. You got him like the twilight of his fucking career, and then
prime Dane Cook. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Simon Says. The less said about it, the better.
Does that have the munch that are like computerized, like they're hacker munch?
Yeah, and it's also got probably the worst green screen. There's like a big building they blow up, and it's some of the worst green screen I've ever seen. It looks like Windows like 95 stuff. Like it's really bad. So,
I just will never watch this because the movie is named Simon Says SEZ. I will not support that kind of bullshit. Like, it's so stupid. SEZ. The fuck are you doing?
They thought it would be cool. It's hip.
There you go.
God, that fucking time period, the late 90s, early 2000s, where everything had like a Z on the end of it. That's a good one. That is an excellent choice.
Oh, man, it's so bad.
Yeah. So I guess it's time for my number one.
Well, first of all, I think there was a super chat.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
For $1.99.
$1.99. I ain't even gonna read it. No, I'm just kidding. Jamarl says Phantom of the Opera by Argento is an awful. I agree with that. I hate that movie. It's not as good as Dracula 3D.
So what's the worst Argento one for you?
Any of the shit that he's done recently. Giallo is probably the worst with what is that guy's name?
Adrian
Brody. And I tried to watch Dark Glasses. I think that was the name of it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was awful. What was the one that he made before Giallo too? It was equally bad.
Mother of Tears, I think, was before that, right?
Oh, Mother of Tears was great as compared to some of these ones we're talking about. There was another one, maybe it was after, like right around that same time period, that was also awful.
Dracula 3D.
No, Dracula 3D is highly misunderstood. Here we go.
Praying mantis.
This would be our show in the late 90s. Rams. All right, so my pick. I know I'm going to catch shit for this, but it's by far probably my least favorite film of the 90s. I'm gonna try. Let me see if I can figure out what exact year this came out. So I did not look that up.
Drew B. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Meteor Man.
Okay, came out in 1999. 99 was not a good year, apparently, for movies. Bear with me, because this is not going to be a popular choice. Half people in this chat are going to lose their shit, and the other half are going to agree with me. I don't think, in my lifetime anyway, that there's ever been more hype behind a movie than this movie. And I also don't think that I have ever been more disappointed by a fucking movie than I was with this movie. And I also Rambo knows. And I also, to this day, can't
Mark's
stand
favorite.
this fucking movie.
Fuck this.
Or any of these movies.
Well, I can't either. So
there's people that will defend these movies to the death, and that's fine. but 100% The Phantom Menace is my least favorite movie of the 90s. That's not even fucking close. I hate that movie. I hate everything about that movie. I hate that that movie exists. I hate that George Lucas like put that dumbass like part of that trilogy or prequilogy or whatever the fuck that is that even exists today is sad to me. And people talk nowadays about like the new, trilogy and everything. Like it's the word. No, it's not. It's bad. Don't get me wrong. The last two movies especially are awful, but that fucking abomination of the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones and whatever the other one fucking was, Return of the Dicks, whatever it was.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the shit. Like that's why it's Sith. If you just change the fucking letters around, he's just fucking with you at that point. What do you want me to say about it, really? I mean, if you've ever seen it, it is boring as shit. I hate every character in it, and every character in it is boring. They miscast the entire thing 100%. Everything's in green screen, so everything looks nowadays off somehow or another. Like, you can tell it's just you can tell that there's nothing really going on. They're just kind of walking around with a bunch of green screens and shit behind them. The plot makes no sense. It's about a trade agreement or something. I don't know. I've never gone back and watched it again, and I'll never go back and watch it again. Everybody talks about fucking, is Darth Maul in that one? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about that. I don't even think that's that good, but that's like the one thing everyone references from that movie, but nobody remembers any of the characters from it. Nobody could tell you anything about it other than that. And you shouldn't be able to either because it fucking sucks. It's like the degree of hype versus like what that was delivered. There's never been a further discrepancy of things in a movie. It's never been like to where something was that expected. The expectations were so high, and then what was delivered was worse. I don't think in my life.
Mm-hmm. It went by pretty quick as the chat's moving. Somebody said they stood in line for 3 hours to see the film, and they were very disappointed. Was that your experience? Like, I do remember there was a lot of hype around that.
I didn't watch it in the theater. Somehow I avoided that. I don't know how, because everybody wanted to see that movie. Like, it was like people were losing their minds. And I remember like hearing stories of people camping out, days to get in to see that movie.
I can watch the film. I think the new ones are worse. I could watch it for what it is. Compare with the other prequels and the new ones.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I can't defend anything about the new Star Wars movies, really. But for some reason, I think I'll always hate those movies worse like anything else. I don't know. They're so just bland and just, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like, I know how to describe it. It's almost like Lionsgate made a Star Wars movie. Like Lionsgate of the mid 2000s made a Star Wars movie, and that's what it looks like. It's like Saw if it was like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's my pick. There'll never be another one worse than that. From that time period, I'll pick.
Well, I mean, my number one is pretty obvious. Alien 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be my number one, but that's not what I put.
Nah.
I don't know how I didn't see that coming.
I've talked many times how much I despise Alien 3. Aliens is perhaps my favorite film of all time. And just with what it did to every character in such a discrepancy, such a mean-spirited, vile, just as a fan, it just felt like a kick in the face, undeserved. As in, I didn't deserve it. I didn't do anything wrong. I just saw you and liked your first two movies, and then you made this. The characters with the prisoners, and why are we supposed to root for them? And then they're bald, and you can't tell them apart when they're running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And why am I supposed to care if they get killed? And the xenomorph, when it's on the ceiling, it's that awful effect. I always forget what it's called, that effect they used. Sorry, what was you going to say, Mark?
Just you said the bald guys run. It's random shitheads. That's what I always say. Just a bunch of fucking random bald shitheads running
That's
around.
in the credits, isn't it? Random shithead number 1.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
And just like, okay, I like Ellen Ripley, but then for some reason she just falls in love with this prisoner out of the blue and just has sex with him when she knows nothing about him. Randomly, it didn't make any sense. You didn't have to kill
pussy, bulls.
Well, yeah. I guess she really needed it. You kill off Hicks and Newt. You didn't need to. You do nothing with Bishop, and you could have. Like, it's all they did was go back to the first one, where it's one alien with really no weapons, so it didn't really do anything that new. It was boring. It was, as a sequel, it was just so idiotic of a direction to take that they knew the second film was a crowd pleaser. A lot of people liked it, and they just said, let's make a funeral as a movie. And you sit, I'm like, I don't understand that direction. I don't understand that rationalization of it. And for what it did to the ending of the Aliens, the second film, and the whole franchise that's never recovered to this day, just every film after it has been bad and terrible, and it started with Alien 3. And then with the plot that doesn't make sense because Fincher wanted one thing and the studio wanted another, and they ripped pages out and wrote stuff on the fly. So stuff just happens just because. I don't care which cut you see. And again, why am I supposed to care that a bunch of prisoners who are, I can't say the word for YouTube, but you know who they are, what they did with women. Why am I supposed to care that they get killed one by one? Why am I supposed to root for these characters? Why should I root for 2 hours that anything other than bad things should happen to them? And it didn't do anything new with the franchise, and it just was such a step back and a slap in the face to not only the franchise, but to me, a film I love so much. It just, I don't get it. I don't get the reason behind the directions they did on it. And it just infuriates me. And again, it's a franchise I loved for 2 movies, and it's never recovered since. And it started with that movie. So Alien 3 will always be the film that, there are films technically worse, but this one just infuriates me to more and more and more. So,
see, I think I could say the same thing about the Phantom Menace. I think the trajectory of Star Wars after the Phantom is like fucking just straight in the shitter.
Right.
But I agree with you about Alien 3. Like, it's one of those movies where when back in the day when I watched it on cable, you're just like, what in the fuck? Like, how do you go from Aliens to Alien 3? Like, it's such a, people were not at all prepared for that drastic of a change in tone of those movies. And it's a very boring fucking movie too. Isn't it like almost 3 hours long or something crazy? Like 2.5 hours long.
Maybe the director's cut. I think the theatrical may be 2 hours.
It feels like it's 3 hours.
I mean, I get people like it because they say it's different and it's a type of edginess he would do better in Seven and other movies, but I think those are made better. Those were worked better in films like Seven. I don't think it worked in this. And I mean, Mark, we did a comedy together. I know you feel similar about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find that you could just tell watching it, especially if you've seen Fincher's other stuff. Like, this is not anywhere near what you would expect from him. Now, if it was a film that he would have directed after that, like 15 years later, or sometime like around even now, maybe, I would think that the film would be 10 times better and it would actually be a solid Alien sequel. But what they went with for the third movie, I mean, there were so many different ideas about, like, I know we talked about one, Rambo, where wasn't there like a wooden planet or something they were going to do?
Oh, they wanted that stupid idea. They were starting to do it with this guy, Vincent Ward. And then they realized it was a dumb idea, but then they're like in the middle and changed directors last minute. And it was like months on a wooden planet.
Yeah. A planet made of wood. Just think about that. A major film studio, thought it would be a good idea to do something like that. So it just kind of showed immediately in pre-production phases that they just had no fucking idea how to follow up Aliens. And truth be told, they probably should have not followed up. I think we would have all been fine with the first two films and that being it for the franchise. I don't need any of what's come after at all.
I'm glad, though, that they turned it around with Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. Of course they did.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, these decisions, now you know why Fox is where they're at. Not anymore bought by Disney. Because you make stupid decisions like this consistently.
So hopefully
I'll
Disney
be
will go out
honest.
of business making shit like Romulus too.
I would fucking watch, honestly, though, I'd watch Alien 3 again before I would watch, like, Romulus or Prometheus or those fucking, like, ones that came in that era of it, to be fair.
I'd rather watch Romulus, but with Mark, as long as he does that impression the entire while we're watching it.
Yeah. He's got to
See,
do that.
that film, that's one of those more modern films that's just, I don't understand it. We all watched it and we even did a show on it.
Mhm.
How do people think that that's like a return to form, or it's
People
as good as the
love that
original?
movie, man. And people, like, love...
It's fucking amazing. Like, the delusion, just the delusion that people are in.
Damn. Throwing out knives and sticks.
That movie
People
is
love
fucking shit.
Evil Dead Rise. They thought that was the greatest thing ever. And, like, that movie's a piece of shit.
Fucking shit. Yeah, it was.
Or Mark
bad.
does the android impression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a sad face.
That's exactly the way it looks. Oh
Just
my
walking
God.
around the whole movie depressed. And we're supposed to care for some reason.
He's an emo android.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what that guy's name was, because I'm fairly certain that, let me make sure I'm right about this. Yeah. So that guy's in The Long Walk as well.
Mm.
He's like one of the lead characters. And when I saw him, I was like, the only thing I could think of was saying Mark doing that fucking impression. And him being that emo android.
Is he like that in that too? Or have you not seen
Kind
it?
of, like, he's still kind of got, like, his character is much more upbeat in that one, but, like, when he first comes on screen, he's got that look, he's got the same, basic look, and that's the thing that immediately went through my mind.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's not my number one, Alien 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right, Mark. So
I think the first movie and the second movie, like I said earlier, that's all you need. Like, anything else, it's just they're just trying. It's a shot in the dark and doesn't work. Anyway, my number one, Axum, it had to make the list. So it's a film from 1992 that was created by Michael. What's the guy's last name? It's the only film he ever did. I'm pretty sure he ran into, it was John Singleton. They struck up like a friendship. He was going to get, at the time, Singleton was really hot for doing Boys in the Hood. So the guy's like, hey, I want to make a film and just graduated. Can you help me out? Get me into like the studio circuit. Like I want to do this. The guy makes one of the worst horror films ever, but it was originally conceived as like a comedy horror film, kind of like maybe just a spoof of the horror genre itself, not any film in particular. So it's not like Scary Movie where he's spoofing other movies, just the cliches and the tropes of horror. It's got some unbelievable dialogue, if you could call it that. Non-existent acting, which is mostly just his friends on camera in various roles. You could hear people talking in certain scenes when like the characters themselves are talking. You hear somebody say cut. That's how bad the editing was. The credits have typos. You can believe that. So
isn't it like a 5-minute scene at the beginning that they just do like yo mama jokes?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that was supposed to be a big comedy bit that was somehow funny to I guess the guy who wrote it, but it doesn't work at all. I did see that the film was actually cut up pretty bad and sort of like taken out of his hands, because once the distributors got it, they chopped it up, and so some scenes are out of order. So the film literally like makes no sense because the scenes are out of order. There's scenes that were cut. Yeah, it's just a complete mess overall in terms of the technical sense.
Yeah, half the movie there's just fade outs to black randomly.
Right. Yeah. And it's because it's out of order and very poorly edited.
Another one that I have to add to the list, because you've talked about this one before and I've never seen it, so I've got to add this one to a list of movies to watch as well.
And the killer looks like if Debo from Friday, like
that's
he got that same sweater shirt,
yeah,
like flannel,
yeah. It's oh my god.
And there's like the guy who dies, and the up close is his glasses doing like, ooh. Yeah. And then he's just on the ground dead.
You might even be able to get away with a trailer because I'm sure nobody gives a fuck. Every major studio that he took it to passed on it, even before it was cut to shit.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
That is an awful film. I agree.
Yeah. The movie is on YouTube, free to watch if anybody's interested.
It's like an hour and change.
Maybe an hour, 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck don't we just do a watch along of that movie?
We should.
Why not?
I think we should.
That's like,
it's fucking hilarious.
We should.
It's on YouTube.
It's Axum. AX/EM.
Yeah, I found it on there. It's only like a 70 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That's the perfect watch along. It's bound to be great.
Down for it.
It's funny, but only because it's so bad. Like it's you're laughing at things that weren't intended to be funny.
Yeah, it's called Business of Fear. It's called Axum, as in this Axum.
Yeah.
It's they shot like I think for like 2 weeks over a span of 4 months in numerous locations. So the production was just all over the place from the start of it. It barely got even made. Scratch.
I know. I saw it.
Sorry to disappoint. So,
for those who think Mark is lying, whenever you see the film, it's an hour and 10 minutes on YouTube. If you go to the 14-minute and 40-second mark, there's two guys running away, and you have the director say, "Cut,"
Yeah.
as loud as can be. Like, you can't miss it. He's doing cut. It's like that moment talking about Alien Beast. There's like randomly someone just coughs.
Yeah.
The director's coughing.
Just keep
Oh,
it in
Caesar
there.
happened.
Yeah, there's all sorts of random mistakes throughout the entire fucking movie. It's amazing in the worst way.
So we've got to do a watch along of that.
Yeah,
So there you go. There you have it. That's all of our number one picks. All of the picks for the 90s worst films. A lot of stuff in there that I really just want to see now, though, to be honest. Like, there's shit that's like so bad that you know it's going to be great in certain ways.
Yeah.
Definitely some on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Feeders 2. We're going to do Axum. Can't believe that these movies exist, but I'm looking forward to watching them.
Yeah. I think it might be the lowest rated movie on like IMDb. Axum. I know for a fact it's got like a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Kill. All right, so people in the chat though, like if you haven't already, throw out like your picks for like what you think the worst 90s movies are. I know there's been several of them on here. This one keeps coming up too. I mean, this movie's fucking bad, but is that bad? It is bad, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long. So it's
On the, I think it's Scorpion put that out.
Yeah, it might be.
Or one of those companies put that out. It's currently resting at a 1.3, says Brody.
Yeah, Axum.
Axum,
yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah. That's rough.
And for those curious, Pocket Ninjas is on YouTube as well. It's like an hour and 17 minutes. So you can watch that on YouTube.
Oh, yes. This is 100%. Fucking John Leguizamo. Why didn't I think to put this? I should have put this on there as well. I actually have seen this because it was on HBO. And for some reason, like in the 90s, they had some sort of fucking deal with him because they put all his damn comedy specials on there too. John Leguizamo. There have been very few people that have been as untalented as him that have made a career. That guy drives me crazy.
I'm surprised you actually finished that just from the opening when he's like singing in the shower and stuff. I don't know how you got past that.
Like I said, at one time or another, I would watch anything that came on cable, especially. I forgot this movie existed. Was this movie with him and a monkey or something?
Baseball movie.
Right. Yeah.
And baseball's I think he's on the team.
Oh.
And it's just a little guy in a monkey suit.
See, Samurai Cop is bad. Well, it's so bad that it's enjoyable. It's like it transcends how bad it is and becomes, as does, in my opinion, Batman and Robin, which is why that's not like that's such a bad fucking movie that like it becomes good somehow.
Yeah, like there's quite a few films that are like that for me where like they're definitely bad movies, but I could watch them and get some enjoyment out of them because they're so bad.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat 2 is terrible, but it has a certain charm of like how bad it is. I enjoy it.
I almost put this one on the list. Wait, not that. Speed 2.
Yeah.
Cruise Control, I think is the
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe leeches all over his body and whatnot.
Deep Impact, The Postman, The Past, Future War. I forgot about Deep Impact. I actually like movies like that though for some reason. I don't know why. They suck.
Yeah, Deep Impact. I'm not a fan of that one from what I remember.
Double Dragon.
Yeah. pretty bad.
It's Robert Patrick.
Rough movie. You're right. Oh my god, I forgot this one too. Johnny Mnemonic. Got that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
God, who's in that Rambo? Help me out.
Keanu Reeves?
No, not Ice-T. The not Henry Rollins, the big dude.
Dolph Lundgren?
Yes, Dolph Lundgren is like the main baddie in that. Like he's
he's like a religious guy. He just killed by a dolphin.
Yeah.
So Flipper kills Dolph Lundgren.
First Kid, is that a movie?
That's with Sinbad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that the one where he's like the Secret Service?
He's guarding the president's son.
Yeah. But the ones I didn't put, I was going to put these on the list, but like the Underground Comedy movie, that was pretty bad. That was the one directed by the ShamWow guy.
Jesus.
He directed a comedy anthology film and then remade it to a film called Inappropriate Comedy with Adrian Brody and Rob Schneider, which was another terrible comedy skit. I actually like that film. I think it's fun. It's like if Van Damme made a PM Entertainment film. Just him fighting people for like 80 minutes.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Richie Rich. God, I forgot that movie existed too.
But yeah, also like The Hidden 2 and Trucks.
Yes.
Like the Flipper movie.
I would have put Hidden 2 on here. That's one that I never watched again. I watched it one time, never ever went back. It's been over 20 years.
Well, a third of the movie is just the first movie.
I do remember that at the beginning. Yeah, it is the end of the first one.
I kind of remember this one. Monkey Trouble.
I never saw that. I know what it. I never saw it though.
I was talking to a friend of mine like earlier today, and we were just talking about that's with Brendan Fraser, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
No, that's Monty Bone.
Monkey Bone. Okay. Either way, what the hell was up with him doing movies like that? Like Dudley Do Right. George of the Jungle.
Well, because George of the Jungle was a hit.
Well, I remember this movie now. Wait a minute.
What?
Let me show you the cover.
Monkey Trouble.
You'll remember it when I show you the cover because it's fucking crazy. This is the kind of movies they made at this time period too, man. For some reason. This is in like.
I remember the cover. I just never saw it.
Yeah, this
is like a girl and a monkey. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right, I remember that. Wasn't there another one like that though?
There's one called
Texan?
Yeah.
He's
at a hotel.
Yes, I remember that.
Pit-potted monkey.
Of course.
We need more movies like that today. When's the last time you see a pit-potted and monkey?
That was the same plot too. The monkey in the hotel was like stealing stuff.
I guess I never saw that one either.
Yeah.
What was the movie where John Goodman was the president?
I don't remember.
I don't remember a movie where he was off the top of my head. Remember King Ralph where he was the fucking like king? He became like
yeah.
Dunstan checks in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexander. Oh, that was the one you were thinking about? Well, yeah, King Ralph. It's an all right monkey movie, says Fat Pig. Oh, Joe's Apartment. I forgot about that one too. Remember that? It was like a skit from MTV that they turned into a movie. Yeah,
I do. I remember that. The fucking talking roaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jerry O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
The
Good old Jerry.
Stupids with Tom Arnold is.
Oh my god.
That's a
I
horrible
think that was
fucking
John
movie.
Landis.
That makes sense. Around this time period, he made all shit all the time.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Coneheads. I mean, I don't think the Coneheads is as bad as a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
It's- I mean, it's not a great idea for a movie, but
Mm-hmm.
Flubber with
Robin
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah. I think Christopher McDonald's in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a time. Like, you could do damn near any fucking thing in the 90s. You got an idea for a movie? Let's do it.
That's true. Like,
Doesn't
there's
matter what
everything
it
the
is.
world came out.
Yeah.
Anyone said The Fear? No, but that definitely needs to be on there.
The one with Wes Craven in it? Is that the one he's talking about?
I don't know. There's a couple movies called The Fear. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's one Vinegar Syndrome, man.
Yeah, that's
So-
the one with Craven.
Nuns
the one
on
where
the
they-
Run.
Guys made of wood or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it.
Fucking hell, Baps.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You remember the subtitle or what that stood for?
No. I know it was something.
Yeah. It was, I think it was Black American Princesses or something like that.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad movie.
I Love Nothing But Trouble. Like, I think that movie is just, I don't know, underrated.
Yeah, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like Curly Sue, which is fucking weird, but yeah.
See, I haven't seen that. Oh, man. That's been a long time. I do remember it, though.
Barbed Wire with fucking Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Remember she got that stupid barbed wire tattoo for that movie for real and then like had to live with that?
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. She got a real tattoo. That movie bombed.
One
The
of
nude
Liam Neeson-
scenes are nice in it, though. So I'll give her that.
I guess. She's pretty ugly though.
The Island of Dr. Moreau is definitely a horrible fucking movie, but it has its charm somehow.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. I hated that. I saw that as a kid in the theater. I didn't like it then.
Is this a real movie? Breakfast of Champions?
Yep.
What the fuck? I've never even heard of that.
I think him and I want to say Nick Nolte. I think he plays like a used car salesman. Pretty awful comedy.
Mm.
Yeah, Tank Girl, which I'd forgotten about with Lori Petty. To the Limit with Anna Nicole. Anything with Anna Nicole Smith's going to fucking suck.
Yeah, she did a couple movies in the 90s. Good.
Yeah, Skyscraper.
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking about.
Ernest Goes to Africa.
Yeah.
And Teflon. Ernest Goes to Africa. Ernest Goes to Saudi Arabia. That'd be the next, like, for WrestleMania.
The Britney Spears movie.
Crossroads, yeah.
Was it Mariah Carey that had one? Didn't she have one too?
Glitter.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what it was. Fucking hell.
Prisoner with Jackie Chan.
Oh, Spice World is
Spice
Oh
World.
my God. That fucking movie.
Buddy, I'm not going to have anybody in here talk shit about Jeff Speakman. No, that's just not going to happen on my watch.
But he's right. That's a pretty awful Jeff Speakman film.
Oh, shit. I forgot about this one, too. Honey with Jessica Alba. You remember that fucking movie?
Right, yeah, I do.
I never saw it.
I've seen it, sadly. It's not good.
Ernest joins the Taliban. Free Willy. That ain't that bad. Now come on.
The sequels are definitely really bad. What I remember.
I don't think Bordello of Blood's that bad either. To be included in this shit, it's bad.
No, yeah, it's not nowhere near as bad as these.
That's a good question. Will we do the 2000s for worst movies? I mean, once you get past the 2000s and the 2010, like every movie's a worst movie. Like,
You'd have to do an
yeah.
extended list. Did they, Jackson Jack? No. A sequel to Honey 20 years later?
Yeah, they did.
Oh my God.
What
the fuck?
Just Honey too.
Wow.
Honey 2, Texas Blood Honey.
Los Muertos.
Yeah.
Man, if we do a 2000, I'd talk about feels like Hip Hop Locos. That's a real movie. Found footage film about just hip hop locals.
The Master with Jet Li was so bad it was delayed for 3 years. In any movie with Jet Li, for being honest. Holy Man. That Eddie Murphy movie. Was that the 90s?
Yes.
98.
Yeah. Him and Jeff Goldblum. I remember that.
Chainsaw 4. I like Stigmata, to be honest.
That's one I'd like to revisit at some point.
Creep Show 3, if it was 2000, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I do like exorcisms. It's a subgenre I like. It's exorcism.
Yes, the last broadcast is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I
Was that
Paris.
the 90s?
It was.
You had 97.
That might should have been on the list, to be honest.
I completely forgot that existed.
I saw a ton of people put this one on here too, but
What's that?
Yeah. As a guy that loved the first two, I think as a kid I wanted to like it because I liked the first two. But yeah, it's bad.
In a
They
weird
look
way,
like they're diseased.
That's probably going to be the first one I watch out of the box set. It's been like 20 years since I've seen it, and everybody says it's so terrible.
Like if you take a picture, they look like they got STDs.
they're eat up something from that sewer.
Yeah, I mean, all you have, you just okay.
What do you mean? Like, is it like the costumes are like really damaged, or like what do you mean by STDs?
Like they got these look like they got moles over them. Like okay, if you look at
turtle herpes.
Listen, I can confirm this. Repossessed is fucking like. I mean, I didn't remember how bad it was until I went back and rewatched it, but it's real bad.
Yeah. Got to a point where he was doing like anything for a while there.
Three Ninjas Kickback. Let's see what Rambo has sent me.
they look like like moles over like there's
See what he means.
I don't even remember that.
I don't either, but this is great. I don't remember this at all, but here you go.
like they got the measles.
I can't wait to watch this now.
They literally got STDs.
How do they look worse in the third movie? Just the whole outfits look so
Different.
much worse.
Different company. Jim Henson they said it was too expensive, so they got someone else.
They fucking got what they paid for sure.
Oh my god, that looks so shit. Like that looks horrible. Just even the shells, like on Michelangelo, like look at the back where his arm is, like that.
Yeah, and again they got STDs. They have all over their faces. They got all their faces too.
That's so fucking.
They got
terrible.
them, chicken pox.
They don't. That's the thing. They look plastic. Like they don't look real whatsoever.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
They look.
clearly.
It's way worse.
Yeah.
Than the first one.
So I look forward to you watch it again, Mark.
I'm honestly really intrigued to see it again.
Yeah, that's the first thing right off the bat I noticed, even as a kid. Why? It had a bigger budget than the first movie.
Oh shit! Really? Okay. That's
Yeah,
where'd the
because the
money
first-
go?
The first movie was like 15 million. This was 20 million.
Justin Smith.
Wow.
I hated this movie as a kid. I feel like you probably did, Justin. You probably fucking really hated at even a young age. I feel like hate was in your heart. I love Captain Ron. I could never put that movie. The worst of the worst. I just can't get over this picture.
Well,
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's
now you know what to look forward to December
Yeah.
when you do. Yeah, Mark.
Oh my god, that's priceless.
Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles look so bulky and ugly. So,
They do movie guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else.
so great chat tonight, though. You guys were like super spirited and putting all kinds of shit in there. Appreciate that. We could go on for I feel like a while longer, but we're about 3 hours into this, so we should probably like end it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Though there's still a shit ton of fucking movies coming in here. I actually have this movie, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Jesse the Body.
And Sven Thorson, the mall security guard in Mallrats. LaFours.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Top Dog. I think Jackson Jack was going to put.
Yeah. Chuck Norris fights white supremacy for kids.
You got to. Does Rambo still remember Arrival 2?
Yeah, the
Shit.
second Arrival.
I do.
It was the forget the actor's name. He was in Starship Troopers, not the lead guy, but the
He's the new love interest Denise Richards has in the second half of the movie.
yeah, and he was the star, and
He was a soap opera actor too.
he seemed like it. And they kill off Charlie Sheen's character off screen, and
He was his brother, right? Like
I
I think that was like the tie-in or something. He was supposed to be his brother.
sure,
Yeah, it's really bad.
yeah.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah,
Some
I
of
could
these
watch
movies,
it.
I forget they even exist.
Mm-hmm. Ghoulies 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Candyman 3.
yeah.
It's Candyman 3 Day of the Dead.
Yes.
That movie sucks ass. You're right.
Yeah. It's really, really
I know
bad.
because I just rewatched that 2 days ago for request.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it has a special edition. People want to buy it.
Mr.
Yeah.
Wrong with Ellen DeGeneres. You remember that shit? I think it had Bill Pullman in it.
Yeah, now I remember it.
For some
God,
reason,
man.
that made me think of that movie. Is it Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Young, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, fuck it. This could go on all night. We got to do
It could.
something.
Right.
There's a lot of bad movies in the 90s, no doubt. We can figure that out tonight. So, Rambo, what do you got coming up?
Long story short, thanks to people out there, a lot more requests to be fulfilled. Still playing Spider-Man 2 been a lot of fun playing that game. A lot of movie reviews from Candyman 3, a re-review of Candyman, the new one. Shit. Bad Dreams, which I thought was pretty good. Well, I mean, Bad Dreams I liked, but without getting into it, the ending will make or break you with Bad Dreams. I'll just say that. Cellar Dweller, other movie reviews coming up. We'll be uploading every day for those who follow my channel, and much more to come. So, how about you, Mark?
That's Jennifer Rubin, right? That movie.
Yeah, it's got her, Bruce Abbott from Reanimator, Dean Cameron.
Richard Lynch in that?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Right.
The kind of the Jim Jones cult leader type.
I love that movie, to be honest.
I'd be curious of your thoughts on the twist ending, because I know that rubs people the wrong way at times, because you think it's an Elm Street film, but then it becomes there's something else to it, and it's interesting. I do wish it did feel kind of rushed, but I wonder, like, if people thought it was an Elm Street film, they went into it. I think there's probably some people who got really pissed about the twist.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that like what they were going for? They wanted to make like a Elm Street, or at least make people think it was like an Elm Street movie.
Yeah.
Trying to drum up money at that time period because those movies were so popular.
Yeah. But then at the end of the day, it really wasn't.
No.
That you think that is the first 2/3, but then I don't want to give away the twist for people who haven't seen it, but it was interesting. I liked it.
I just really like Richard Lynch playing a villain in just about anything.
Oh yeah, he's good in it.
Yeah, from what I remember, he does sell like the role pretty good. I don't remember
anything.
I don't remember the twist though that you're talking about.
So okay, this is a 1988 film. For those who I'll put this down, so just people get pissed at me, and I will be no more spoilers. You find out, you think Richard Lynch came back like a Freddy Krueger type, killing people. But really, it was the doctor. He was the judge in Ghostbusters 2, that actor. He was feeding the patients drugs, so they were having these psychotic episodes. I guess to make them think they were part of the cult that Jennifer Rubin was with, to then end their own lives, to prove some thesis he had. I wasn't
Some
really
shit
unsure.
Like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I was kind of unsure.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting.
I like when Bruce Abbott hits him with a fucking card.
Yeah.
Nowhere. that whole scene is great.
Yeah.
Freddie, we got a couple of super chats. Freddie, the Dark Universe movie was an abomination from the 90s. I don't remember that one at all.
I might have seen it. I still don't remember it.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Movie guy says, can't wait for you to cover Patty the Pelican. To add insult to injury, I've actually seen that awful cartoon myself.
I look forward to it. Yeah, I love watching shit. I'm used to it.
All right, boss.
Hey, Mark, buddy, what the fuck you doing on YouTube?
You gotta be doing something. I know you're gonna be putting some German shit up soon. Now, come on.
Yeah, my steelbook came for Night of the Living Dead, so my two comparison. Be showing the big box set thing. It came this week. I mentioned last week that I was going to do this video, but the steelbook came. I think the same. Was that Tuesday? You got yours, Uncle Bill?
Anyway, I can't remember. I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah, so it took me some time. I had to watch the uncut version. Then I watched the commentary, which has a ton of really useful and interesting information on it, where Savini talks about how they were cutting stuff from the movie. I think he said he did like 600 plus storyboards or something. Like, he wanted to go all out and go crazy because it's Savini's zombie movie. It's his first film. So he's shooting for the stars kind of thing. And Romero walks in and he's like, you got like 6 weeks worth of shit to shoot, but we got like 4 weeks to make it. So a lot of this is going to have to go. And even like the whole, the guy shooting the gas tank thing, or the lock on the gas tank, that wasn't how like the explosion was going to happen. I think it was a zombie that was going to be on fire for some reason, and that was going to like blow shit up. So it was a lot of stuff that was meant to be different in the film that just didn't make it. He did say at the beginning that the film is only 30%. He said with this uncut version, you get to see a lot more. So it's a little closer to 60 or 70%. Mm-hmm. But some stuff that they just couldn't shoot because it was out of his hands. And Romero had to leave the set because like I think he was prepping for Dark Half, and left to the producers, like he's sort of at their mercy and not, having Romero there to back him. But yeah, it's very interesting stuff. I'll be talking about all that and more in the video for the 1990 remake.
All right, boys. Well, that is it for tonight. I've got no idea what in the fuck we got coming up. I'm sure we got something coming up at some point, but like I have no idea at this point. At this moment, only thing I can think of at this moment is going to bed. So always remember that everybody dies, but Friday night lives. See y'all.
A big thanks goes out to our supporters over at DEADPIT on Patreon.com. You can get hours upon hours of great content, right, Uncle Bill?
There's so many hours of content. We've got reviews. We've got songs. We've got live streams. We've got exclusive streams. We've got non-exclusive streams. We've got streams with all kinds of celebrities and all kinds of different old shows from the past podcast, the initial incarnation of the show. All of that can be yours.
DEADPIT on Patreon.com. Show us a little bit of love. Give us some money because we definitely deserve it. That Patreon page is so killer that you'll rub your bird to it on a nightly basis. It's that good.
You won't be able to contain yourself. You'll have to jerk your bird out and go crazy. I mean, that's how much content that we have. So much content that it's massive, and it will massively smack you in the face.
You'll play with your bird so much, pretty soon you'll be looking around for somebody else's bird to play with.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Filipino bitch, Miss Slatko Fudd, telling you about shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. And it's the best goddamn deal on horror shirts you will ever see. New shirts, old shirts, all the in-between shirts. God damn it, fools, go over to shop.deadpit.com. You ain't down with that. You can go to fucking hell.